Dear fellow youth leaders, Toastmasters, distinguished guests, mentors, and most welcome guests, a very warm good evening to all of you. I, Afrashraf, will be performing the role of Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. And I welcome you all to the meeting number 2 of Periyar Toastmasters Club Youth Leadership Program 2022. Before we move forward, I would like to request you all to switch off your phones or any other electronic gadgets or put them on silent mode. This is to avoid any distractions during the session. Thank you. Now I would like to recite the mission of our club. The mission of our club is to conduct the program based on the belief that every young person has the potential to become a good communicator and leader. But this potential needs to be developed. The program is uniquely designed to enable the youth leaders to develop their potential through the practical experience. To have a great session throughout the meeting, I request you all to not discuss any matter related to sex, religion, and politics. Please keep silence throughout the meeting and help the speakers being attentive and support them with your warm smiles and claps. The theme of the day is all in the mind. If you want different results in your life or work, all you have to do is change your mind. Now it's my time and privilege to hand over the stage to the presiding officer of today's meeting. Please help me in welcoming our club president, DTM Harish Uncle, to the stage.
Thank you for that kindly and energetic opening, dear all. So, today we are in the second session. As usual, in Toastmasters, when we come and sit in this hall, what's our expectation? You are all very busy doing your homework, studying a lot of things from school, but here we say you have to come straight at 3 o'clock or ahead of that, and you have to put a certain kind of professional dress. Is there a point on insisting on such rules? Or is it just that we are trying to live up to something and we are trying to show off that we are certain kind of people, we stick on to this kind of observations very strictly? Is it just to make us look somewhat different, or is there some reason behind it? Is there objectively any reason why you should be wearing these blazers? Does it make you any different if you do not wear this blazer? Does it change your intelligence, personality, or anything? It doesn't. In that case, why should you be wearing it? Is it because we are all fools? Then why? I'll tell you something, okay? There was an activist. One day, he went to a busy cross street. At the same time, there were a lot of people, all of them gentle people, nice people like you and me. And this activist acted as if he's sick and he fell down on the street. And all the people, what do you think they would have done? They rushed to him. They gave him shade, they gave him water, they tried to take him to the hospital. 1 week later, the same person came to the same place at the same time, and there were the same kind of people like you and me around. He acted as if he's sick and he fell down, but nobody gave him any attention. There was a sick person lying down on the street right in front of the eyes of the people like you and me, but he was totally ignored. What made the difference? Can you guess what would have made the difference? Is there anything? Nothing. On one day, everybody, they rushed to help him. The next day, people ignored him completely. What could be the reason? Can you guess? Any guess from anybody? Dress. Yes. The first day, he was professionally dressed. The second day, he was shabbily dressed. So, our dressing makes a big difference in the impression about us in the minds of others. That's the importance of dressing. How about you? how do you judge, how do we judge ourselves? We judge ourselves but by what we are inside. We know what we know. We know what our values. We know the role models that we keep as our ideals in life. We know a lot about ourselves, but what do we know about others? Nothing. But we have to make an understanding about others the time we meet them. Without that, we cannot calibrate our interactions. And how do we make that calibration about our assessment about others? The large part of it is based on how well they are dressed. Therefore, professional dressing is very, very important. And that's the reason we insist, we tell you, when you come for this program, you have to be professionally dressed. It is not because we want to show off to people that we are kind of people who make ourselves look better, nothing. We all know that with the dress on or without the dress on, you are all talented youngsters that we know, that you know, but not everybody outside knows. Therefore, this is the importance of dressing. Second thing, why should we be coming on time? If you come late, if you are late by 5 minutes, what is the big deal that's going to happen? We said we will start the meeting at 3:05. If it becomes 3:10, what is the issue? Is there a problem? Is there a point in being so pedantically punctual? There is no problem. Okay, you say that we need to be extremely strict with the time. We need to keep the time extremely. Why? If you are delayed by just 1 minute, what difference is it going to make? What will happen? I will tell you what will happen. You said we will start at 5:35, and some people came exactly at 3 o'clock. They are ready to start the meeting at 3:05. But some people, they were smart. They thought, let us go a little late, and they came at 3:10. And because of the reason, the meeting could be started at 3:10. What will those people who came at 3 o'clock think? There's no point going there at the time that they have given in the agenda. The next day, those people will come at 3:15. Then the other day, it will be 3:30. It will prolong endlessly, and that happens in the Indian culture a lot. And you students, you are the next generation. You need to put an end to that culture. You know what the Westerners say? They say a joke about Indians. They say the Indian standard time is different than we know. They are making fun of us. And please, do not give them that impression. Be punctual, value your time, value others' time. Therefore, be punctual and you come here ahead of time. If you say that the meeting will start at 3, you have to be here at 2:59 or earlier than that. Never late. Will you maintain that?
Yes.
All right. With that, now it's time for me to invite to the stage our assistant coordinator for this program. Because today, Manoj Uncle had a very important official meeting in Bahrain, so he has gone to Bahrain. He cannot make it to attend this meeting. In his place, we have our dynamic, energetic assistant coordinator. He's a very talented organizer. Can you believe he was the contemporary of Donald Trump as president of Periyar Club? When Donald Trump was president of the United States of America, who was the president of Periyar Toastmasters? That was this person, Toastmaster Savuklidas. Please help me welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President, DTM Harish Bhavion. Youth leaders, Toastmasters, parents, friends, a warm good evening. Say good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, don't sleep. In this world, we or many of them are doing hard work. For what purpose? Are you doing hard work? Are you doing hard work?
Yes, sir.
For what? What's the aim? What's the purpose to do the hard work? For education, your studies, right? You are working hard, right? Because of that, you will get a good result. If you are not studying, what will be your answer or what will be the mark? Less, no. If you are working hard, you will get a good mark. Right? Sure? Please smile. See, this is only it's not a official. You can smile, you can talk, you can laugh, whatever it is. You can express your feelings. Okay? Don't be tensed. Right? Okay. So you are doing very hard work. Okay. To do this hard work, you need someone to help you, right? Because you are a child. You need a good guidance, right? If you are getting a good guidance, you can do lot of miracles, right? So suppose example, for athletes, a coach is needed, no? Right? If a good coach, the athlete can do lot of success, miracles in their life, right? Right? Okay. For youth leaders, a dedicated uncle is needed, right? If uncle is dedicated, you will get lot of benefits from youth leadership, right? Sure? See, this is the thing happen in this world. Are you ready to work hard?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, good. So we can together work hard. Then we will reach the success. That's our aim. We can reach that. Let me share a small incident. One story like this is happening like. How many of them are liked football? Most of them. Boys are there. Okay, good, thank you. One fine evening, myself and my friends were decided that we will play football match. For football match, we all decided to buy different articles for the things which is needed. One of them brought football. Another one friend bought whistle. Another one bought flag, corner flag. Another one pot. So everything is set. So they started selecting the team. While selecting the team, there was an issue happened. So we cannot solve that issue. We all are very difficult to solve that issue. So one boy from our group, he told to group, who brought the important thing, he can select the team. So we started playing football. We thought, what's the use of this whistle? No need for whistle, no? Instead of that, referee is there, he can shout. So we avoid that whistle. Right? Then, after some times, the goalie told, I don't want gloves. Without gloves, I can serve with my hands the ball. So we avoid that gloves. Then again, the play was going on. one by one, we removed all. We removed all. At last, there was nothing. There we saw a bottle, empty bottle. We took that bottle, so that is not belong to anybody else. That was there in the playground. It was isolated. Somebody thrown there. So we took that bottle and we started playing football with that bottle. We won't play anything like, because we all are good players. What happened? While we are playing, one father and son were walking through that way. The father called the son and said, "Dear son, look these fellows. They are football match. They are playing very nicely. They are good players, but they are not improving their football game. They have a lot of good resources. They kept aside and using that bottle, empty bottle, and playing football." We recognize what that father told his. At last, we took all the items, whatever needed for the game, and we played. We started playing, we feel comfort. Our playing style is improved. Some of my friends now playing in Kerala team and different big sports teams, sports group. That's a footballer. Dear friends, we have a lot of resources. That resources we have to make use together. Then we can reach the pinnacle of success. Right? This is my small advice for you today. You can think about it later. So, having said this, I would like to invite our president today. You know who is our president? I can say with one single sentence about our president. What is it? If in this group, do you know the capital of any country around the world? You can say 1 or 2 or 3, maybe. Maybe 10. More than that is possible. But our president can. If you ask the question about one country, one particular country, and what's its capital, within fraction of seconds she will say that so and so is the capital of that particular country without any electrical gadgets. That is the ability of our president. Let me welcome with a beautiful smile our president Divya Sridhar on the stage.
A very good evening to everyone, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow youth leaders and guests. I'm very excited for me to be as the president for this YLP program. And before commencing our meeting, let me call upon the minutes of the meeting reader. She is a 7th grader studying in IISJ, and her hobbies is to read books. So please help me welcome with a big round of applause youth leader Aisha to read the minutes of the meeting for the previous meeting.
Good evening, everyone. Minutes of meeting. Youth leader Leah and Titus called the meeting to order at 3:04 p.m. and read out the mission statement of International Toastmasters. President DTM Hari Shangal welcomed all the members and guests. Chief Coordinator DTM Manoj Uncle introduced Assistant Coordinator Toastmaster Sabu Cletus, introduced the YLOD of the meeting. Youth leader Jocelyn Xavier was the YLOD. YLOD introduced the theme of the day and assignees. Youth leader Chaitan Misri was the general evaluator. The word master and grammarian was youth leader Aisha Fatima, and she introduced the word of the day, which was curious. Youth leader Arnab Gupta
Gupta was the timer. YLOD invite the workshop presenter, youth leader Aisha Sapir, getting acquainted. YLOD invites the workshop presenter, DTM Koti Squirrel, chairmanship, roles and responsibilities. Educational section was by youth leader Joseph Xavier and icebreaker speech was by youth leader Divya Sridhar. International speech was by youth leader Mirza Irshad and YLOD introduced the general evaluator, youth leader Chaitanya Singh. The evaluator for the speeches were DTM Viju Siyar and DTM Seema Shitu. The Wordmaster and Grammarian report was announced by youth leader Aisha Fatima. YLP coordinator DTM Manu Jamdal announces office installation and invites installation officer. Installation is conducted by DTM Shridhara Sarkar. DTM Hari Shankar invites guests for speeches and remarks about session. Surgeon at Arms Youth Leader Leah Ann Titus, Youth Leader Joseph Xavier, Youth Leader Afra Ashraf, Treasurer Youth Leader Muhammad Arif Sheikh, Secretary Youth Leader Aisha Fatima, VP Education Youth Leader Mirza Irshad, President Youth Leader Divya Sridhar. The Periyar YLP 2022 office bearers were selected. The meeting adjourned at 7:30 p.m. followed by delicious buffet dinner. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Youth Leader Aisha. Are there any corrections in the report for our previous meeting? Hearing none, I confirm that this is the report for the minutes of the meeting for our previous meeting. Thank you. The word fear has two ways that we can interpret. One, forget everything and run. Or face everything and rise. Respected Toastmasters, study leaders, and guests, if you had to choose one of them, what would be your choice? Before joining YLP, we would have perhaps chosen the first one, to forget everything and run away. But we have taken this first step, the courage that we have, to come up on the stage and deliver our speeches. So it is clear that we have to face everything and rise. A leader is the one who has a vision and fearless action to accomplish their vision. A leader will always think about achieving the goals regardless of the hurdles in the way. And a leader is the one who develops their team members to become leaders. We all are leaders for the future who have started this wonderful journey of conquering fear by learning one of the most important skills of communication and leadership. In this YLP program, this unique program was gifted by our senior leaders of Periyar Toastmasters Club for budding aspirants like all of us. They have invested so much of time and efforts and amidst their busy schedules to share their learning experiences to all of us. They have only one expectation from us, which is to see the transformation of us from where we are today to where we ought to be. It is now our responsibility to give equal and invest our time to reap the maximum benefit out of this program. I take this opportunity to thank our Periyar YLP members who trusted me on giving this opportunity to be the president of this program. I assure all of you that I will meet to all of your expectations by discharging my duties to the full satisfaction. It is a mutual communication between all of us, and I am excited to learn everything from you and to also share my experience to all of you. Moving on to the business session of icebreaker and table topics, let us not forget that winning is not important. It is just the participation. I appreciate all of you who have taken their first step to accept and face without fear. So you all are already a winner. I wish you all the best for all the youth leaders, and thank you once again, the senior leaders, for the opportunity that you all have given to us. On that note, let us commence our educational session. And to do this, please help me welcome our 7th grader studying in IISJ, who loves to play chess and football. Please help me welcome our youth leader of the day, youth leader Leah Ann Titus. With a big round of applause.
Thank you, YLP President Youth Leader Divya, for that cheerful introduction. Respected Toastmasters, parents, and fellow youth leaders, a very good afternoon to you all. Youth leadership programs are indeed a great opportunity for all of us to improve our communication as well as leadership skills. I'm very much privileged and ecstatic to be the youth leader of the day. Today I have selected the theme of the day as It's All in the Mind. What we believe is what we will experience. What you constantly think about, your mind starts giving you and starts showing you more of that. Your mind starts creating your own world from your thoughts. So if you want to change your mind, first change your thoughts. Many of us are looking for fulfillment in life. We are looking for fulfillment in things, possessions, money, recognition, etc. We are looking for fulfillment in another person, praise from our parents, well done from the world. But here is the problem. We can never find it outside of us. It can only be found within us. All the happiness, joy and satisfaction, it is within you. The truth is, we don't actually need all those worldly things to complete our life. When we were small children, we didn't have those things. But we were still happy, right? The reason why you were happy is down to what you chose to focus on. Your focus wasn't on what was not there. It was on what was there. We tend to always look for happiness outside ourselves. But we all know that it doesn't come from there. Then why do you want those things anyways? Because we believe that these things make us feel better. Feel happier. Don't get dragged into these expectations and opinions of society. Don't be pushed around by the fears and worries in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Everything you need is already within you. Don't wait for others to light your fire. You have your own matches. Look within you. Find something to be grateful for. Choose to lift others up. Give attention rather than seek it. Find your life's purpose and set goals that light the spark within you. Believe in yourself. Believe you deserve it all. Have faith in your own capabilities. Always think positively. Positive thoughts attract positive things in your life. So be aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts become your future. Dear fellow youth leaders, guests, and respected Toastmasters, imparting this simple thought over to you, let me introduce today's assignees. To conduct this meeting, we have a group of dedicated and powerful youth leaders. To evaluate today's meeting, we have our general evaluator, youth leader Mohammad Farhan Naufal. I will introduce him in detail later in the evaluation session. However, I request youth leader Farhan Naufal to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as a general evaluator.
My role as general evaluator is to observe and evaluate everything from the beginning to the end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I will wrap up the entire proceeding of the meeting, complementing good practices and indicating the areas requiring improvement.
Thank you, youth leader Farhan Naufal. Today's grammarian and board master is a talented youth leader. He is a 9th grader in IISJ. He likes reading and playing sports. Youth leader Joseph Xavier, could you please come to the lectern and explain your role as grammarian and introduce the word of the day as the word master?
Youth Leader of the Day, YLP Coordinator Manoj Uncle, Periyar President DTM Harish Uncle, fellow youth leaders, respected Toastmasters and guests. Very good afternoon to you all. I am very much pleased to be the grammarian and boardmaster of today's meeting. Let me explain my role. As a grammarian, today I will pay attention to good use of English and provide suggestions for improvement. At the end of the meeting, I will give you my report on any misuses of language as well as any outstanding uses. Now, let me introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is aesthetic. It is an adjective and can be used as an add-on, especially aesthetically. Aesthetic means feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement or extremely happy. Synonyms are delirious, elated, enthusiastic, joyous, and fervent. Antonyms are apathetic, depressed, down, and indifferent. Some examples are they were absolutely ecstatic about their new baby. Ecstatic youth leaders made the YLP memorable. The student was ecstatic when he found that he received the highest achievable score on the test. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day at least once. I will be counting how many of you use the word of the day and provide my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, youth leader of the day.
Thank you, Youth Leader Joseph Xavier. Today we have two table topic sessions. The Youth Leader who conducts the first table topic session is Youth Leader Aaron Emmanuel Joshi, and the second session is conducted by Youth Leader Wamika Singh. I will introduce both of them later at the table topic session. However, I request Youth Leader Aaron and Youth Leader Wamika to acknowledge your presence and explain your role as a table topic master. Youth Leader Aaron.
Youth Leader of the Day, thank you for the generous introduction. Respected YLP Coordinator, Youth Leader of the Day, fellow youth leaders, Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. A warm good evening, good afternoon to all of you. I feel elected to be the table topics master. The purpose of table topics is to sharpen our communication skills, listening skill, thinking skill, thought of organization, and speaking on the field. The time allotted is a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds, after which you will be disqualified.
Thank you, Youth Leader Aaron. Youth Leader Wamika. Oh, yeah, not the script. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Today's star counter is Youth Leader Muhammad Adib Sheikh. He's a 10th grader in IS Jubail. He likes reading and swimming. I request Youth Leader Muhammad Adib to acknowledge your presence and explain your role as our counter.
Good evening to one and all present here. Today my role as our counter is to listen to all the members and make notes of sound used as verbal clutches and report them when called upon to do so. To count the words used as unwanted pauses and fillers during speeches such as and, you know, so, etc. and report them as pauses and fillers. I will submit my reading at the end of the educational session when called upon to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Muhammad Adib Sheikh. Our timer today is another dynamic youth leader. She is a 6th grader in IAS Jubail. She enjoys dancing, singing and painting. Youth Leader Arna Gupta, could you please explain your role as a timer?
Good evening everyone. My name is Arna. Today my role as timer to keep track all of the times for speeches and evaluation sessions. For prepared speech, the time is allotted for icebreaker speech is 4 to 5 minutes and international speech is 5 to 7 minutes. A grace period of 30 seconds will be allotted on either side. For table topic speakers, the time is allotted 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds is on the higher side. For prepared speech evaluators, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on higher side. For table topic evaluators, the time is allotted 30 seconds for each speaker and overall evaluation is 30 seconds. I will report the exact time taken by each participant at the end of each session when called upon to do so. Over to you, Youth Leader of the Day.
Thank you, Youth Leader Arna. Today's vote counter is Youth Leader Ritika Manikandan. Youth Leader Ritika is a 9th grader in IAS Jubail. She is a sports enthusiast. I request Youth Leader Ritika to please explain your role as a vote counter.
Good afternoon everyone. My role as the vote counter is to distribute I shall count the vote and declare the result at the end of each meeting when called upon to do so.
Thank you, Youth Leader Ritika. Joke Master of the Day is Youth Leader Aisha Fatima. Youth Leader Aisha is a 7th grader in IAS Japan. She likes reading books, writing stories and animation. I request Youth Leader Aisha to please explain your role as the Joke Master.
Thank you, Youth Leader of the Day. All of you laugh with joy when you hear a joke that you like. And I think I'm basically a human form of laughing gas. Hence, I believe I'm perfect for the role of joke master. My name is Youth Leader Aisha Fatima. Today, my role is to be your joke master. As your joke master, I will crack some jokes to entertain all of you, to make you all laugh with joy. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Aisha. Respected Toastmasters, fellow Youth Leaders, let us give a big round of applause to all the assignees. Now is the time for an informative session. To conduct this enlightening session, we have an eminent leader and treasurer of our club. Let us welcome DTM Anik P. Kumar to conduct a workshop on Introduction to International Speech and organize the speech.
Do this over slide mode. Just click on it. First you can click on every time I say this. Okay. Like this. So can you do it? This is on.
Hello, am I audible? Is this all visible to you? Speaking. I fear public speaking. I avoid. But public speaking likes me. I can't avoid. Youth Leader of the Day, dear President, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear friends, a very warm good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon.
Do you all know from which movie I copied this famous dialogue?
Yeah.
There you go. And now do you know why I copied this dialogue? It's because fear is something that avoid all of us to come on the stage. And please roll on to the next slide, please. I actually thought of saying this, but the president today, she had given you such a beautiful explanation to what this is about, that you are here to face everything and rise. And thank you very much, and a round of applause to her for explaining to such a good way. So what I thought, I would just recite a small poem for you all. Please promise me that you will all look into it when you get back home. This famous poem is from Sir Rabindranath Tagore, and that's all about fear. Where the mind is without fear, where the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the words come out from the depth of truth, with tireless trials, touching psalms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead paths, where the mind is led forward by deep, into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Please go through this poem and please memorize it. Make it a motto about this youth leadership program, that you are here to overcome your fear. And for what you are here to overcome the fear for? To be
A good speaker.
a good public speaker. Right. So last meeting you all heard a workshop from youth leaders, Aisha Safar, and she said something about glossophobia, right? And she also said that public speaking is a skill. So you all are having that skill. All we have to do is to nurture it and make you all a better speaker. So this workshop is going to be an introduction to international speech and letting you know how to approach it. And I need you all to help me to finish this workshop. Are you ready to help me?
Yes.
Okay, then please read out. Come on, please. Organize your speech. Organize your speech is something which is the primary thing that you need to do before giving a speech in any stage. And I will talk about it in detail during the next phase of this workshop. Let us move on to the next one. Get to the point. Yes, please. Everyone, get to the point. What do you mean by get to the point?
Get to the topic.
More or less, the topic is something which is depicting what you want to say to the audience. So that's getting to the point means you have to be very sure about what you want to convey. And the entire speech should be scripted in such a way that it is pointing towards your point at the end of the speech. Think of it as any movie that you see. There are good movies, there are boring movies. There are similarly good speeches and not so good speeches. And you always remember the good speeches. Why? It's because everything that is structured in that speech, you will find that it will get culminated into that conclusion. So you will be able to connect with each and every point that you have mentioned. So that is why this get to the point is very important.
How to say? How to say?
How to say it? Tell me how to say it. Basically, it is about structuring your speech with apt words, with anecdotes, with supporting stories, and all those things should be in an organized pattern so that you will be able to convey what you want to say to the audience. Moving on. Body language is one of the most important things. I will explain body language as well as the next part also together, please. Vocal variety. Why I said that I will explain this together? Because both of these are connected. Imagine if I am saying about the death of my grandmother like this. She was very weak. She was always suffering from illness. She was having on medicines, and one fine day I realized that she is no longer with us. How did it feel? It feels like sad. Only sadness is there, but it just felt like a one plain voice. There is nothing else in that. You know, it was very plain. Just no feelings was coming out for my grandmother. I was just saying, okay, some lady, she had passed away. That is what the feeling that I have passed on to you all. So use your vocal variety and use high pitch and low pitch of your voice accordingly. That the same thing if I am saying that my grandmother was very ill. She was bedridden for a while. I used to pay her visits, and one fine morning I realized that she is no longer with us. So this kind of emotion you are passing it to the audience. The audience will feel that your grandmother has been here with us and she has just passed away, and you really feel for that particular grandmother who is my grandmother, but you will feel for as if it was your grandmother. So that way you are conveying your feelings, you are transferring your feelings to the audience, and you are extracting their attention. That is the most important thing. Why we are here? We have to always have the audience attentive. Next. Come on. Research your topic. Research your topic by that sentence itself is clear. You have to be prepared. You have to research on what you wanted to convey. You need to prepare it accordingly, and then you need to make your script. Next. Persuade with power. Every international speech can be more effective if you have a call for action and if you are able to persuade your audience to call for that particular action. So your script also, if it is developed in such a way that there is a persuasive element in your speech, then you are going to be successful. Next, inspire your audience. That's all we are here for. By persuading your audience to call upon that action, you are inspiring them about an idea that you have and you are transferring it to the audience. So, once again, we'll just read it out. Organize your speech. Come on, please read with me. Organize your speech. Get to the point. How to say it. Body language. Local variety. Research your topic. Persuade with power. And inspire your audience. So this is how you have to approach for an international speech. And the normal timing for an international speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Please, next. Now, let me explain to you about organizing your speech.
Order in which you introduce
The points in your speech. Bingo. So, organizing your speech itself is something about arranging your speech in a particular order. Next. Yeah, please everyone together. A well organized and let the audience know the importance of each point in the speech and how each point relates to others. So this is basically about having an idea. An idea you should have in your mind. Then you should have something about 3 to 5 sentences in your mind which is emulating your ideas. So arrange it in such a way that you can express it in a formal order. So this is just going to be the basic speech organization method. As I said, tell what you are going to tell them. That is your introduction. Then tell them. That is what is called the body. And tell them what you have told them. So that is about introduction, body, and conclusion. The introduction of the speech should be very catchy. It should be something like you should ask a question to grab the audience attention. And that introduction will not stop by just that question. The first 1 minute of your meeting should be to describe what you are intending to tell the audience. And the body is something that you are going to formulate. Formulate about your speech, what you want to say, the content. It should be, the scripting should be done in such a manner that you have the priority of what you want to say to them first, then how you are going to convey the message, and finally to re-emphasize on what you have already told them and conclude it. So this is what your speech structure should be like. Yeah, please, to effectively organize a speech, you need to list the key points, arrange them in order, expand upon these points, develop an introduction and develop a closure. This is what basically I have just said to you. And developing an introduction and developing a closure, it's one of the most effective way to keep the audience attentive. Specifically, the introduction is 50% of your speech. Then you can explain what you are saying about and you can develop a closure. And expanding upon these points when you are arranging them in order, you should have something about your personal experience or something which is relatively new to the audience that you are speaking to. Basically, if you are speaking about Winston Churchill or Abraham Lincoln, many people know about them. It's already known to the audience. But the one thing that is enigmatic is you. Your stories, whatever you have experienced in your life, that who knows best? It's you. So it is the best way to arrange your points by relating it to your personal story. And when you write, I insist, all of you should write your own speeches. You should never try to copy or emulate what some others have done. If you write your own speech, by that process itself, 70% of their speech is in your mind. Because when you have your ideas in your mind, it is easy for you to present it on stage. It is easy for it to come out of you, rather than by hearting. You know the basic difference between this? When you by heart, if you miss one particular line, finish. You will have to start from again. But when you write your own speech, when it's your own ideas, even if you forget one or two things, you have the other ideas that you have in your mind to explain to the audience. Correct? So this is something that is very, very important. Write your own speech. You all have the skill. You only have to invest your time and you need to work more on it. So this is the summary. A speech organization should have, organizing a speech should have an intro, a body, and a conclusion. The introduction is about telling them what you are going to tell them. The body is the content of the speech, where you are explaining your points. And the conclusion is to re-emphasize on your idea. Your idea and a call for action should be there in your conclusion. So this is how it should be. Now let me try to give you a small demo about how to prepare for an international speech. Are there any volunteers? Okay, let me call a Toastmaster. Toastmaster Sabu Glitters, where are you? Are you here? Please give a round of applause. Hi, Toastmaster Sabu, how are you? So let us try to develop a speech. Are you ready? Yes. Please have a seat. Let us just relax. We don't have to, be very formal as Toastmaster Sabu Glitters himself have told in his speech. So let us have a discussion about preparing an international speech of your next international speech. Alright?
Yeah, baby, how are you?
Okay.
Okay, let us not have that mic then. So do you have any particular idea or anything in your mind to teach Toastmaster Sabu Glitters for preparing for your next speech?
Yes, I have the ideas.
Okay. So what maybe like in one line sentence, what do you want to convey to the audience?
So next, my speech, I'm thinking to convey to the audience about the relation between father and son.
Relation between father and son. All right. So that's a great thing, great topic itself, because everyone will be interested to know about the relationship between father and the son. So do you think of how to start this meeting this speech? Do you have any kind of intro in mind or any kind of international codes or something that you can tell?
Normally, suppose if I am a bachelor, after my marriage, I am expecting my child.
Okay.
Right? So like that, a father, the day a child was born, his view or his future or his ideas will change. His life is
approach towards life will change. So that means you are trying to give your introduction as if like on that particular fine day, a sweet little boy was put into my hands, and then I realized the world is not what I have seen. I am going to see the world now through his eyes.
My world will come true.
Great. So don't you feel that this is a very good intro? Yes. Don't you feel that it will catch the attention of the audience?
Yes.
So this is how we have to start, building up your idea. Now, what do you intend to tell about, like how your son grow and develop? Is that going to be your content?
So for the body of the speech, because I will explain the relation between myself and my father. Because recently I had a bad incident in my life.
Right.
My father's leg was amputated. So that time he was, I know he wants to see me, but unfortunately I am here. So that incident I will include in the.
That's a very, very touchy incident, as well as it will always create emotions among the audience.
Sure.
So my fellow youth leaders, this is something that you have to think about, something that you have experienced in your life. will have a limitation stating that you are only 10-year-old or you are only 12-year-old. I have very limited experience, but that's not the case. Every single thing, even with a fight with your brother or sister, it's an experience. It is something that you can relate in your speech, and you can explain it to the audience, and you can connect it to any kind of stories that you want to explain. So there are a lot of incidents in your life. Every day, 24 hours is more than enough to create your own story. So how many 24 hours you have lived? It's too much. You have hell lot of experience, you have lot of stories to cover up. So any personal experience in your life, any small incident in your life, you can take it up. And then how do you intend to conclude it?
I'm sure that each parents, their hero and heroines are their son and daughters. So once we do something, and what are the success in our life, that is their their aim or their ambition.
Mm-hmm.
So I will conclude about my success and how my father got proud about me. That will I will include, and I will.
That's great. It's going to be a speech filled with emotions, moral, as well as it's going to have a call to action as well as an inspiring the audience. So every element will be there in this particular speech. This is only a 2 minutes, 3 minute interaction between them, and all we have is only a skeleton. The speech is not yet ready. Now you have to organize it, arrange it in a particular pattern. For example, here the introduction will be about the father. The introduction will be when the child is born, the happiness of the father. So that is going to be the intro. Then the body will have his personal experience as well as what all things that he has gone through in his life, with experience with his father as well as with his son. And finally, it will be concluded in such a way that his father is proud of his achievements and the way that he has reached right now, and he expects his son to achieve better than him and make him proud. So this is something that is going to be his speech. So this way he can organize it one by one. Then you can use the right choice of words. Now the next part, the international connection, any quotes or anything, that and all is secondary. That you can take it from, you can search in your sources, you can take it from the internet. Thank you, Toastmasters applicators. Please give me a very round. So these are the kind of things that you can do. You can research on your topic and then you can formulate it into a particular structural pattern, and once that is done, then your speech is ready. So now next thing is the most important thing. What you have to do? No, before deliver there is something called practice. Practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better you will be when you are on stage. So practice, and then it is time for you to come and give your best. No matter what, no matter how the other person feels, if you are confident, the best out of you will come out. Alright? So are you all ready to prepare your speech?
Yes, sir.
Great. Thank you very much. So are there any questions? I think it's clear. Everyone are having a clear picture. Once again, I'll just re-emphasize on thinking of your speech as you are going to be a movie director. Bring your imagination. Bring in all the things, whatever thing, even if you imagine something and you write, it can be your personal experience. Okay, it's all up to you. You can, when you are going to take that pen and write, then it's your platform. You can do whatever you want. And writing your speech is the most important thing. Write your speech, consult your mentors, practice well, and then deliver. Thank you. Back to you, Peter.
Thank you, DTM and Anith Uncle, for that illuminating session. Now it is time for an interesting and informative session. Prepared speeches. Are all the speakers ready?
Yes.
Are all the evaluators and timer ready?
Yes.
Before we start, let me remind the time allotted for for each speaker is 4 to 5 minutes. And I request all of you to encourage the speakers with your warm smiles and claps. For evaluating speakers 1 and 2, we have the evaluator, DTM Sivadas Bhaskaran. I request DTM Sivadas Uncle to please read out the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Leader of the Day. I am absolutely excited to having the opportunity to evaluate two fantastic youth leaders for today's youth leadership program. Youth leader Muhammad Roshan and youth leader Muhammad Harun. This fundamental project is designed to introduce you to this youth leadership program and the skills you need to begin your youth leadership journey. Time allotted is 4 to 5 minutes. All the best to all the youth leaders. Back to youth leader of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DTM Sivadas Uncle. So let's start. Respected Toastmasters, fellow youth leaders. Our first speaker today is youth leader Muhammad Roshan. Youth leader Muhammad Roshan is a 9th grader in IAS Jubail. He likes to watch movies and TV series and he's a huge fan of anime. Please help me to welcome youth leader Muhammad Roshan to deliver his icebreaker speech. Title of his speech is My Life in a Nutshell. Over to you, youth leader Roshan.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Break the ice rather than banging your head against the wall. Which is why I am here today, to break the ice and deliver my first ever speech on stage. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Respected Toastmasters and youth leaders, a warm welcome to everyone. My name is Mohammad Roshan and I study in 9th grade. I was born on the 20th of November 2007 in a place called Palakkad, often called the Rice Bowl of Kerala. My name is of Persian origin and it means splendid life or bright. My father, Pavdi, worked as a DCS engineer in Siemens and now has started his own company. And my mother is a homemaker. I am the youngest son of my dear, lovely parents, and I have an older brother who is now pursuing his B.Tech in PIT Vellore. And of course, like all other brothers, he's a troublemaker for me. He criticizes a lot of my actions and interests, but in fact, a lot of these have helped me to improve myself, and I'm very thankful for them. My school journey started at IISJ. Growing up, I had lots of friends of different states, and I was able to pick up lots of different cultures. And I had a large variety of options to taste different kinds of food whenever I went to one of my friends' houses, like biryani, pav bhaji, kebabs, and so on. One of the things you have to know about me is that as a child, and even now, I am really clumsy. In fact, I think I might be the most clumsiest person in the world. In my lifetime, I have broken hundreds of plates and hundreds of glass bottles. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but you guys get the idea. One of these clumsy encounters was during my first day of first grade. I had just gone into a new class, shy kid, knows nobody in the surrounding, while approaching his seat. And as I was about to sit down on my seat, I may or may not have exerted way too much force on the seat, and it had shifted back, and I had fell on the ground. At that moment, I was more confused at what had just happened than I was embarrassed of all the people looking at me. And as I was trying to get back up and get my things that had fell on the floor, a kid approached me and helped me get my things. This was a moment when I met one of my best friends, Vaishnav Sunil, whom I know still to this day for over 8 years. Who knows, maybe I never would have interacted with him if it weren't for that encounter. Each one of these clumsy encounters have given me a life lesson, and I'm very grateful for it. Now let's talk about hobbies. I like to play football, even though I'm not really good at it, and I like to read a lot of storytelling books, especially the Diary of the Wimpy Kid series. I love to watch movie series or TV series of any kind with my dear lovely mother,
And another one is dancing. And this is a weird one because I don't think you will ever see me dance. As soon as someone even enters the same room as me trying to dance, I will immediately stop dancing. It's a natural instinct of my body that I haven't gotten control over these past 14 years. One of the things I wish I could have had was the ability to do public speaking, or rather communication skill. Because growing up, I didn't really mingle with others, didn't really know how to interact with people, didn't participate in events or programs that had anything to do with talking to a large audience. I was so introverted that my parents didn't even let me go to the nearby bakala to buy groceries. Can you guys believe that? And so, I hope that I can achieve these skills by giving my best here in Toastmasters and help me with my success in the future. That is the end of my icebreaker speech, and I hope that everyone here has gotten to know somewhat about me. Thank you all for listening, and over to you.
Thank you, Youth Mohammad Roshan, for that awesome speech. Our second speaker today is Youth Leader Mohammad Haroon. He's a 10th grader in IS Jubail. He enjoys playing cricket and football. Let us put our hands together to welcome Youth Leader Mohammad Haroon for delivering his speech. Title of his speech is Coincidence. Over to you, Youth Leader Haroon.
Am I audible at the back? Yes. We are continually shaped by the forces of coincidence by Paul Ashton. Respected Toastmasters, fellow youth leaders, and distinguished guests, a warm good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
On 20th October 2007, a fine morning with pleasant sky and full of clouds, a baby boy broke in the pin drop of silence and entered this world. That's me, Muhammad Haroon. I landed the soil of Saudi Arabia in 2009, joined LKG in IS Jubail in 2011, and presently in 10th class. Do you know what is the second largest river in India? Yes, it is the Godavari River. My hometown Rajahmundry is located on the banks of Godavari River. It is a very beautiful place with lot of valleys, crests, hills, canals, forests, and fertile agricultural land. My most enjoyable moments are when I go for vacation and visit the natural beauty of my hometown. We are a family of 5 members. My father Pasha is a mechanical engineer working in Saudi Arabia. He inspires me to participate in all competitions. With his inspiration, I completed all 8 levels in abacus course. My mother Unnisa is a homemaker. She is famous in preparing Hyderabadi biryani. My sister Asma is studying MBBS in Vijayawada. My brother Yusuf is studying computer science engineering in NIT Warangal. He is ex-youth leader and I used to attend YLP sessions as a guest at that time. That inspires me to join YLP to enhance my communication skills. Nowadays I am scared. Do you know why? Up to last year my brother and sister helped me a lot in project activities and lab record preparations. Nowadays I am alone and I have to do everything myself. My hobbies keep changing from time to time. During my childhood, I was very mischievous and used to collect 1 and 2 rupee coins and kept under my pillow. If any of the coins got lost, I used to cry a lot. My present hobbies are reading books and playing games. One funny incident that I never forget in my life. Do you want to know why? Yes. When I was in first class, I heard from my teacher that MERS disease was spreading through camels and killing people. I came from school and threw my favorite toy camel in the dustbin. Later my mom told that it doesn't spread from toys, it spreads from real camels. The most unforgettable day in my life was when I was 6 years old. I got lost in Umrah. Something attracted me and I went back of it. I didn't remember what it was, but I realized I lost my way and couldn't find my parents. I was very scared and was about to cry. At that time, an uncle like an angel came to me and asked about me. He was searching for my parents. What a coincidence! My father reached at that place and took me with him. My mother hugged me tightly and I was ecstatic to see my parents back. It was like a miracle. As the famous poet Paul Astor stated that the world is so unpredictable, things happen suddenly and unexpectedly. We want to feel that we are in control of our own existence. In some ways we are, in some ways we are not. We must make the best use of the force of coincidence to shape the future in the way we want. Over to you, Youth Leader of.
Thank you, Youth. Thank you, Youth Leader Mohammad Harun, for that wonderful speech. For evaluating third and fourth speakers, we have the evaluator DTM Biju CR. I request DTM Biju uncle to please acknowledge your presence.
Youth Leader of the Day, fellow youth leaders, parents and guests, good evening to all. Today I am evaluating two speakers. One is Youth Leader Vedant Kumar Singh. He is attempting his icebreaker speech. Time allotted for 5 minutes, and he is speaking about himself. And other speech is Youth Leader Messiah Shah. He is giving his first international speech. Congratulations to both.
Thank you, DTM Biju uncle. Our third speaker of the day is Youth Leader Vedant Kumar Singh. Youth Leader Vedant is a 9th grader in IAS Jubail. He likes to play video games. I welcome Youth Leader Vedant Kumar Singh to deliver a speech. Title of his speech is Right Thoughts Give Right Results. Over to you, Youth Leader.
Am I audible at the back? Yes. What you give power to has power over you. Distinguished mentors, judges, and all my dear friends. My name is Vedant Kumar Singh, and today I will be delivering my icebreaker speech, Right Thoughts Give Right Results. I was born in the year of 2008 in Uttarakhand, in a small city of Rudra. Uttarakhand is a very beautiful place. It has places like Nainital, Missouri. It also has one of the largest parks in India, the Jim Corbett National Park. I came to Saudi Arabia with my parents and my sister in the year of 2013. I started my schooling in the School of International Indian School, Al Jubail. Since I'm a North Indian, I normally don't speak English in my family, so I was very weak at it. So when I got an opportunity to speak in public, I took it. The opportunity was AMPS. It was a competition where you had to go there and give a speech. I started practicing for AMPS. I started my speech, my gestures, my movement, and everything. I practiced day by day and perfected my speech. I was excited to give my speech. I went there and my name was called. I went on the stage and I was ready. The judge podium was in front of me. When I started, something happened. I forgot the topic. Everybody started to laugh, and even I got a giggle out of it. Instead of demotivating myself, I learned from it. My hobbies are to read books and play video games. The book I am reading currently is The Weak Lecture by Stephen Hawking, and my favorite book so far has been The God Equation by Michio Kaku. These books have developed my interest in both maths and science and have encouraged me to enroll myself in competitions like IMO, NSO, Science India Forum, and the IPAC. Normally, during summer vacations, we go to India. But in 2019, there was a change. We were going to Dubai. I was astounded because I was very fond of Dubai, with the tall buildings, modern cars, the modern society, etc. When we went to Dubai, we stayed in the Al Jumeirah Hotel. If you don't know, the Al Jumeirah Hotel is one of the tallest hotels in the world. Our room was on the 48th floor. The city view was beautiful. I could see the park, beach, etc. Then we went to the water park. As I am very fond of swimming, the water park was like heaven to me. I had a great time there. I also went to one of the biggest gold markets in the world and saw one of the most beautiful jewelries. Then there was the cruise ship. There was magic shows, dances, and other fun shows. And there was great food there. So I would say Dubai was one of my most successful trips. Like I said in the start of my speech, I wasn't really very strong in English. I got another opportunity to prove myself. Spelling bee. When I enrolled myself in spelling bee, I got a chance to improve my literature. I started to practice my spellings and the qualifiers they came. And I said all my spellings right. And this time I qualified to the final round. There were kids from all around the Saudi Arabia. I could feel the excitement and the competition in the air. Students left and right started to disqualify, but I was still there till the top 5. The top 5 position came and I was still there, and they took a picture of the top 5 students. I still have that picture till this day framed in my room. Then I was called to tell the story, and I said the wrong spell. Instead of demotivating myself, I learned from it to improve my vocabulary from now onwards. So I would like to conclude my topic saying that there were both successes and failures in my life, but I did not demotivate myself. I learned from my mistakes and become a better person every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Vedant Kumar Singh, for that amazing speech. Our fourth speaker today is Youth Leader Mirza Arshad. He's a 10th grader in IAS Jubail. He's our VP Education. He's an abacus master and enjoys playing football and badminton. Please help me to welcome Youth Leader Mirza Arshad. Title of his speech is that Soccer Talent Genetic? Over to you, Youth Leader.
What do you love? Can you hear me? Hello? What do you love? What do you love the most in your life? Is that your friends or the tasty food that you eat? What do you love? For me, football is everything. I love to play football than anything else in my life. When I was a kid, my parents came to my room to wake me up in the early morning. But they were really shocked because they saw I was having 2 heads. With a separate shout, they took out the blanket to see my heads. They were shocked again because there was a football under my foot, which looks like the second head. My sister wanted to hear music to sleep, but for me, football is enough. My justification for that is, if I am not sleeping with the ball, then how can I play with Messi and Ronaldo in my dream? Youth Leader of the Day, fellow youth leaders. My name is Mirza Arshad. I was born on 28th September 2007. I have a sister named Hadi. She is a medical student. My father, Muhammad Arshad, is a homemaker, and my mother, Shiny, is working with Yukogo. Oh, sorry, this is slight change. Even if she pretends like she's the one working with Yukogawa, believe me, in real, she's a homemaker. My father is a great person. He can handle both. Most of the time, I used to see him in the kitchen. One day, I asked him, Dad, is that instrumentation plant site somewhat similar to our kitchen? But I didn't wait for the answer because he got black belt in karate. The next 2 days, I used to sleep before he come because I know he will never leave any question unanswered. One day, our class teacher was in a good mood. Hence, she started to ask our skills and talents.
Suddenly, my friend stand up and told, "Teacher, my father is a singer and I am also a singer. I want to become a famous singer in the future." The next month went. The teacher was impressed from the first, so she told, "Rasa, tell me, what is your talent?" I told, "Teacher, I love to play football and want to become a world famous footballer in the future." She told me, "Is football talent genetic, like your friend told?" Everybody started to laugh in my class. When I reached my home, I started to think, is football genetic? Did I got this habit from my parents? I decided to investigate, get an answer for this question. I went near my father and tried to ask, but I remember, if I asked him directly, then it will lead him to remember the previous question that I asked. So I decided to ask in a diplomatic way. I went near him and asked, "Dad, when did you stop playing football?" He told me, "I don't like football and I never played football. Who told you I am a footballer?" I told, "Oh, okay. What about my grandpa, your father?" He told me, "No, I never heard from him that he played football. He's also not a footballer." That really confused me. Then from where I got this habit? From my mother's side? But ladies, no way. So I decided not to ask that question to my mother. That left us a big unanswered question in my life. The last 2 years, because of online classes, the sleeping and waking at time totally changed. I used to attend the classes in the bed, so that I love online classes. I used to answer many questions like under the bed while sleeping. I used to get up at 8:05 a.m., join the class and immediately go to bed for sleep. But I will be very punctual and attend all the classes without fail. You know, even nowadays, my mother keep alarm at 7 o'clock. Accordingly, I get up at 7, off the alarm and go to bed because of the offline classes. You know, the best sleep that you get is in the morning. Moreover, you can play with Messi and Ronaldo in your dream. On that day also, we was in a tight competition. I and Messi were opponents, but Ronaldo was with me. We started to play. It was 1-1. The last moment, Messi was heading forward the goal. I tried to defend him, but he dribbled me and shoot the ball. Boom! A heavy kick on my back. I fell down from my bed and slightly opened my eyes to see what is happening around me. My mother was standing in front of me instead of Messi. She was shouting, "Get up and go to school, Musa. What are you doing?" Instead, I didn't hear anything. Instead, I was shouting, "Eureka! Eureka!" You know why? Yes, I could discover that my mother hit in my back, and only a footballer can hit like that. Yes, I discovered that the talent of playing football that I got from my mother's side. Yes, I am sure that football is also hereditary. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Mirza Akshay, for that humorous speech. For evaluating our 5th and 6th speakers, we have the evaluator, Toastmaster Manoj Kumar. I request Toastmaster Manoj Uncle to please acknowledge your presence.
Youth Leader of the Day, other youth leaders, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, everybody present, good afternoon to all. We have another 2 ecstatic youth leaders today presenting their icebreaker speeches, Youth Leader Karthik Suresh and Youth Leader Pravati. The objective remaining the same at the time allotted is 4 to 5 minutes. All the best to both the speakers.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj Uncle. Our first speaker today is Youth Leader Karthik Suresh. He is a 6th grader student in IAS Jubilee. His hobbies are drawing, reading and playing keyboard. Fellow youth leaders, please help me to welcome Youth Leader Karthik Suresh to deliver his speech. Title of his speech is How I See Me. Over to you, Youth Leader.
A warm good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
My name is Karthikesh. I am studying in International Indian School ILP in 6th grade. I am 11 years old. I have been in Saudi Arabia for last 8 years. I like this place and my school very much. My favorite subjects are SST and Maths. My father, who is Mr. Suresh S., is an engineer by profession, now is working as a project manager in NSH. My mother, who is a graduate in law, now is a housewife. My parents support me for everything that I like to do. I had interest on abacus from childhood and I had passed it till 6th level. I have also attended classes like drawing, dancing, etc. My favorite sport is football. Messi and Ronaldo are my heroes. Messi is from Argentina and Ronaldo is from Portugal. I like both of them very much because they have good offensive and defensive skills. My favorite actor is not Shahid Kapoor, but Vijay because of his action, drama, thriller, and heroic characters. My favorite food is putti, which is a delicious food in Kerala. My mom makes it very well. My most memorable experience in life is that when I got a certificate from principal for getting full marks on all the subjects when I was 3rd. That gives me confidence. My most favorite place that I've ever visited in life is that Murudeshwara temple, which is in Karnataka, India. There is a huge deity of Lord Shiva, which is 123 feet tall and was built over 2 years. Moreover, it is the second largest deity of Lord Shiva. The happiest thing for me nowadays is going to India to see my grandparents. My grandpas and grandmas are very loving and caring about me. I love the greenery, rain streams back in here. I have 2 dreams in my life. The first is to go to Russia, which is the largest country on earth and up to the North Pole. I pray to God to make this dream come true soon. My second dream is to become an IPS officer because I want to serve poor people. When I go to Ochara Temple, Kollam, Kerala, I have seen so many poor, aged and handicapped people begging others for money. Regardless, there are no poor or rich or in law. All are human beings. Hope what we learn from this YLP will help me to realize my dream. Wishing all your dreams also come true soon. Over to you, youth leader of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Youth Leader Karthik Suresh, for that interesting speech. Moving on to the next speaker. Our sixth speaker of the day is Youth Leader Pragati P. Pranay. Youth Leader Pragati is a 7th grader in IAS Jubin. Her hobbies are reading, swimming, and playing chess. Put your hands together to welcome Youth Leader Pragati to give a speech. Title of the speech is My Ambition. Over to you, Youth Leader Pragati.
Every time my luck defeated me, one day came when my luck was turned on seeing my determination. Good evening, respected Toastmasters and fellow youth leaders. My name is Pragati and I am from Kerala. My father's name is Pradeep and is a construction supervisor. My mother's name is Leena and is a nurse. I was born on on 2010, March 26, in the Pathanamthitta district of Kerala. And now I'm studying in 7th standard in International Indian School, Aljube. I was born and raised in Kerala till I was 4 with my grandparents. I still cherish those sweet memories. When I was 6, my mom taught me how to play chess. She said it's really good for your brain. And I was quite amazed. How could any game be good for someone's brain? May I say one more time? Yes. Good evening, respected Toastmasters and fellow youth leaders. My name is Pragati and I am from Kerala. My father's name is Pradeep and is a construction supervisor. My mother's name is Leena and is a nurse. I was born on 2010, March 26, in the Pathanamthitta district of Kerala. And I am studying in 7th standard in International Indian School, Aljube. I was born and raised in Kerala till I was 4 with my grandparents. I still cherish those sweet memories. When I was 6, my mom taught me how to play chess. And I was quite interested in it. She said it's really good for your brain. And I was quite amazed. How could any game be good for someone's brain? And I was quite interested in it. Little by little, I was growing curious about what it's like to play chess. And I started practicing how to play chess. And it was really hard to play chess, especially memorizing it. And little by little, I became expert in it. And I learned how to play chess. Now I'm the first in class in playing chess. On 2019, January, it was one of the biggest days of my life when I attended a Navayugam quiz contest conducted by Mr. G.S. Pradeep, one of the famous Indian television personality and one of the greatest quiz masters of South India. I still remember the day when my family was on the elevator, when Mr. G.S. Pradeep entered. Thank God, my father was quick that day. Asked Mr. G.S. Pradeep for a photo. And then it was quite interesting. My second favorite hobby is reading comics. I love to read comics. You will at least find 5 comic books on my table. The bookstore in Kerala will always be full of comics and diaries, which I absolutely love to read. Swimming and horse riding are my other 2 favorite hobbies. Now let's talk about my ambition. My ambition is to become an NDA officer and to join the military. I was inspired by my both grandfathers who worked in Air Force. I want to join the NDA Academy, that is National Defense Academy. And it is not easy being an NDA officer. You need to pass a 900 marks entrance exam. And that's not it. The geniuses who pass the exam are called for SSB interview, Service Selection Board. It is situated by the Defense Ministry of India for recruiting officers of Indian Armed Forces. The day I clear NDA exam is the day I mentioned in the quote. Thank you, have a nice day.
Thank you, Youth Leader Pragati, for that motivational speech. For evaluating the 7th and 8th speakers, we have the evaluator, Toastmaster Roshan Patrick. I request Toastmaster Roshan Uncle to please acknowledge your presence.
Hi, good evening. I am not Toastmaster Roshan Patrick. I am proxy today, so I will be evaluating the next 2 speeches. And I will just get the details. Unfortunately, I don't have the details right now because it was passed on to me immediately. But don't worry, you can continue and you can call upon the speakers that will be doing the evaluation. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. As seventh speaker, we have an energetic youth leader. Youth leader Siddharth Manoj is a 6th grader in IAS Jubilee. He enjoys cycling and playing piano. Fellow youth leaders, please help me to welcome youth leader Siddharth Manoj to deliver his speech. Title of his speech is Do Not Limit Yourself. Over to you, youth leader Siddharth.
Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Inspiring lines from Gautam Buddha. Youth Leader of the Day, fellow youth leaders, dear Toastmasters and guests, a warm good evening to all. My name is M. Siddharth. My parents gave me this name due to a great king in history, Siddhartha Gautam Buddha. I am 11 years old and I was born in India. My father, Mr. Manoj, is working in a private organization. My mother, Soumya, is a homemaker. My little sister, Satvika, is 1 year old. One of my greatest memories in life was when I saw the chuckling face of my cute little sister for the first time. I am a 6th grader from the Indian International School, Al Jubair. My ambition is to become an automobile engineer. One of my sweetest moments in school was when I received first prize for the fastest competition back in 2nd grade. My hobbies are playing piano, travel and sightseeing, and to cycle with my father. My mother prepares me for a variety of food items from different parts of India. I belong to Kollam district in the God's own country, Kerala, where my ancestral home is on the bank of Ashtamari Lake, a beautiful place gifted by nature, containing clear water covered with plenty of coconut trees, small fishing boats, greeneries with mangroves, locally known as Kandal Garden. One more special thing about the Ashtamari Lake is a very tasty fish called the green cromite, locally known as karini. I love the auto rickshaw rides with my grandmother throughout the beautiful village. I love to assist my grandfather to plant vegetables and plants in our lawn. I like animals very much. When we went to Dubai, I went to a zoo, which was the UAE's largest zoo, called the Al Ain Zoo, where I saw many animals like gorillas, chimpanzees, and elephants. But my favorite animals are lions and tigers. Do you know what? Because they are dared to be different and commanding in nature. I also visited Jordan, where my favorite place was Petra. After we visited Petra, we went to a place called Dead Sea. It was so thrilling. I started floating on the Dead Sea very easily, and then sharing the free floating experience with my friends and other members of my family was fun too. Dear friends, I shine to speak in front of a big public audience, but I do not want myself to be in fear. So I decided to join the Periyar YLP program to improve my speaking skills in front of a big public audience. I hope this brings a better change in me. Dear youth leaders, do not limit yourself. The sky is the limit for you. Over to the youth leader of the day. Thank you so much for being an amazing audience.
Thank you, Youth Leader Siddharth Manoj, for that inspirational speech. Our eighth speaker today is Youth Leader Periyar YLP. He's also a sixth grader in IAS Japan. He's an art lover and he likes dancing. Please help me to welcome Youth Leader Periyar YLP to give his speech. Title of his speech is, Am I Happy to Help? Over to you, Youth Leader Periyar.
Without your involvement, you can't succeed. With your involvement, you can't fail. By Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. A very good afternoon to all of you, Toastmasters of the day, youth leaders, and my dear parents. Happiness of my parents doubled when I was born because we was twins. I am blessed to have an awesome sister, Fazi. Myself, Farah Shafi, I am studying in 6th standard in IAS Dubai. My parents are, my father is a doctor and my mother is in insurance department in Weather Courage Medical Center. They both are same hospital. My ambition is to become a doctor like my father, as doctors help others to solve problems in our daily life. I believe in becoming a doctor that we can reduce the pain and suffering of others by giving them medical treatments and healthcare. Being a doctor, it is not a pursuit of great career, but a pursuit of happiness too. Have you ever made anyone happy? If not, try it. Try to make anyone happy around you and notice the feeling you have after that. I have seen my father sacrificing his life for others during Corona time. This inspired me a lot. I myself felt happy when my father used to say about the sufferings and recovery of patients. My hobbies include sorting riddles, doing art, etc. I used to participate in most of the drawing competitions. I got so many CC certificates also. My favorite sport is cricket. Because on every weekend we used to play cricket in Delhi Park with our family friends. My favorite cricketer is Sachin Tendulkar, as he had helped India to win in many difficult situations. My most memorable moment in my life was watching a T20 cricket match in Trondheim Greenfield Stadium. I was happy to see a live match between West Indies and India. I was amazed to see a live match with full of audience. My favorite food is idli and sambar because it is very healthy and nutritious. Idli is very easy to digest because it's steamed fermented one with no oil. My favorite place is Edge of the World in Riyadh because it is an adventurous trip to reach Edge and it is very difficult to reach there. There we can see the all-rounder view of the sky. My favorite subject is maths because I like to play with numbers and solve problems. Maths really boosts my energy and thinking capacity. My positive qualities are I am honest, intelligent, caring, hardworking, patient and kind. My role model is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam because he was a successful scientist even though having a life full of difficulties. He was a simple thinker and I think in person. His achievements are milestones to the history of India. My favorite ice cream is chocolate because I like chocolate. My favorite flower is jasmine because of its strong fragrance. It is given to be a beloved one with leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Faraz, for that thoughtful speech. For evaluating our last icebreaker speech, we have the evaluator, Toastmaster Sushil Gupta. May I request Toastmaster Sushil Uncle to please acknowledge your presence.
Good afternoon, all of you. Today I am going to evaluate a youth leader for Safi. And the objective of this evaluation is to evaluate the speaker's performance and provide a balanced and constructive feedback to improve her speaking skills. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushil Uncle. Moving on to our last icebreaker speaker of the day. Youth leader Farzeen Shafi is a 6th grader in IHGP. She enjoys drawing and solving riddles. Fellow youth leaders, please help me to welcome youth leader Farzeen Shafi to deliver the icebreaker speech. Title of her speech is Speaking from My Soul. Over to you, youth leader Farzeen.
Am I audible? Yes. Smile is the beauty of soul. One smile from our loved ones. We forget all the worries in the world. Do you all agree? So keep smiling. Myself, Farzeen Safi. I'm studying in 6th standard in IES Tibet. I was born on 13th December in 2011 in Muscat, Oman. My father is a doctor and my mother is working in insurance department. They both are in the same hospital named Federal College Medical Center. My hobbies are solving riddles and art. My ambition is to become an astronomer because I want to know about our universe. I'm so curious to know that in any planets there is any living beings out there. My favorite sports is basketball and cricket. Why I like cricket is because my brother is so crazy about cricket. Why I like basketball because I used to play with my friends in school. My best friend in school is Dia. She is my childhood friend from UKG. My best friend in house is my brother. When I come to school, I will share every details with him, and he also. My favorite food is dosa because there is so many types of dosa: chicken dosa, onion dosa, masala dosa, and etc. My favorite flower is rose because it has beautiful color and an amazing smell. My most memorable moment in my life was I went to a museum in Riyadh. Its name is Plane Museum. There is so many types of planes. In one plane I went. In one plane I go and sit in a pilot seat. It was very nice, and I did not think I would sit in a pilot seat. My most memorable place is in Salalah, Oman Salalah, because it's looking like Kerala only, and there is so many coconut trees. I haven't seen that much coconut trees in any Gulf countries. My role model is my grandpa. He's a very hard worker, and he's a very hard worker. He lived in Oman for 45 years, and he suffered colon cancer. He did not give up. He hard work and hard work. I want to become a hard worker like him. My favorite subject is maths. Only one reason is there. It don't have by heart. It's very easy and it's
so easy calculations. My my positive qualities are I'm so honest and I'm so caring person. My my favorite ice cream is cotton candy because I love cotton candy and it's so tasty also. My favorite my favorite color is yellow and black because I love honeybee. My future country is Singapore because there is my cousin sister and I'm so there is a beautiful zoo and a beautiful aquarium. Dear friends, why I joined in Toastmaster? Because I want to improve my speaking skills and communication and my leadership quality. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Fazeen Shafi, for the interesting speech. Now we have come to an end of the prepared speeches. Now can I have the timer's report, please?
Yes.
Please come to.
Mohammad Razan, 4 minutes 21 seconds qualified. And Muhammad Haram, 3 minutes 44 seconds qualified. Vedant Singh, 4 minutes 15 seconds qualified. Mihra, 5 minutes 29 seconds qualified. Karthik, 4 minutes 19 seconds qualified. Pragati, 3 minutes 9 seconds so disqualified. Siddharth, 4 minutes 6 seconds qualified. Farhad, 4 minutes 28 seconds. Qualified. Fajin, 4 minutes 36 seconds qualified.
Thank you, Youth Leader Arna Gupta. 8 speakers are qualified. Congratulations to all the speakers. Now it's time to vote for the best speaker of the day. I welcome our vote counter, Youth Leader Ritika Manikantan, to the lectern. Humor is a critical part of communication. In order to make us laugh, I welcome Joke Master, Youth Leader Aisha Fatima, to the lectern.
Good evening, esteemed Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and aesthetic youth leaders. Here, I have my jokes to entertain all of you. First one. A young boy enters a barber shop, and the barber whispers to his customer, "This is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch while I prove it to you." The barber puts $1 in one hand and 2 quarters in the other. Then calls the boy over and asks, "Which one do you want, son?" The boy takes the quarters and leaves. "What did I tell you?" said the barber. "That kid never learns." Later, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream parlor. "Hey son, may I ask you a question? Why did you take the quarters instead of the dollar bills?" The boy licked his phone and replied, "Because the day I take the dollar, the game is over." A family was having dinner. Once when the youngest boy asked his father whether worms taste nice when we eat them. Both the parents reprimanded the little boy and told him that these things shouldn't be discussed over the dinner table. When the father asked the boy after dinner why he asked such a question, he replied, "Papa, I think worms taste okay because there was one in your noodles." Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Aisha, for your wonderful joke and your sense of humor. Dear youth leaders and guests, now we will have a 10 minutes break. Now we are moving on to an exciting and interesting session, Table Topics. To conduct our first session of Table Topics, we have an energetic youth leader. Youth leader Aaron Joshi is a 7th grader in IAS Japan and he likes playing football. Fellow youth leaders, please tell me to welcome youth leader Aaron Emmanuel Joshi to conduct the Table Topics session. All the best to all the speakers.
Am I audible at the back?
Yes.
Youth Leader of the Day, thank you for the generous introduction. Respected YLP coordinator, Youth Leader of the Day, fellow youth leaders, Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to one and all. As said earlier, the time allotted is a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds, after which you will be disqualified. With this, now I would like to invite the first speaker to talk on the selected topic. Please help me welcome our first speaker, Divya Sridhar, to the podium. Divya Sridhar, your topic is, what is the one thing you would most like to change about the world?
Changes. Am I audible? Yes. Changes are always applicable in our life. But the main problem is to adapt to those changes so that we could go with everyone and succeed in our lives. Table topic master, fellow leaders, and distinguished Toastmasters. If I would like to change one thing about this world, though there are many things, but one thing that I would like to change is encourage everyone to practice in their lives. Now, practice might sound a bit basic. Why aren't everyone talking about practice and practice? Because practice makes perfect. But what is the actual value of practice? It helps us to develop our skills of whatever activity we are doing. Let me give you an example. When I was attending my math quiz in my school, I was not very good at the beginning. But because of practice, and I practiced day and night before the quiz, and when I attended it, it was a piece of cake for me. Now let me tell you an example of the famous fighter, Bruce Lee. I'm sure that you all know about him. But he said that I wouldn't be afraid if a person knows thousands of ways to defeat me and has practiced it only once. But I would be afraid if a person has known only one way to defeat me, but has practiced it thousands of times. And that is the value of practice. So I encourage every one of you to keep practicing in your life, no matter how small that activity is. But believe me that it will create a positive impact in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Divya Sridhar, for the amazing table topic speech. Please help me welcome our second speaker, Youth Leader Muhammad Faiz Naufal, to the podium. Youth Leader Mohammed Faiz Nafal, your topic is, which is your favorite sport and why?
Dear fellow youth leaders and respected master, a warm good evening. My favorite sport is football. In football, my favorite player is Messi. He is one of the best football player in the world. My dream is to become a football player.
Thank you, Youth Leader Mohammed Faiz Nafal. Please help me welcome our third speaker, Youth Leader Ishan Malik, to the podium. Youth Leader Ishan Malik, your topic is, which place would you most like to visit and why?
Am I audible at the back?
Yes.
Thank you, TT Master, for this wonderful topic. Dear fellow youth leaders, Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a very warm good evening to all of you. The place I would most want to visit is Japan because they have delicious food, they have technology, and they even have good quality products even in local shops. What attracts me most to Japan is everything about it is good, such as the sakura trees, they have pink colored leaves, they look very nice, and the technology there is amazing. On the buildings, everything is beautiful and everything looks so good. The people there are kind and generous and honest. Also, Japan is most famous for the amount of hard work they put in for everything. The technology is outstanding and the shops look beautiful. Japan also has a lot of sightseeing places, and it also has a volcano, a mountain called Mount Fuji. It is a very beautiful mountain, and also the sightseeing there is very nice. Everything about Japan is something I like. I would, if I got any money from lottery, I would instantly spend it on going to Japan. I also think I would go to Japan because I'm a huge anime fan. In conclusion, I think Japan is a nice place and everyone should go there. Thank you and have a nice day. Over to you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Ishan Malik, for the wonderful speech. Please help me welcome our fourth speaker, Youth Leader Cephas Jonathan, to the podium. Youth Leader Cephas Jonathan, your topic is, what are you
Warm good evening to one and all. I am grateful for one thing in my life. To have such parents that God has given to me. Let me tell you an example in my life. One day, when I was small, I was playing and I fell down from the stairs and I broke my hand. Then my father immediately rushed and took me to the hospital on time so that I can get operation. I'm so thankful to have such parents and my mother who always supported me on my dreams and my father who always encouraged me to follow all my dreams and to achieve my dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Counsel. Please help me welcome our fifth speaker, Youth Leader Joanna Sarah, to the podium. Youth Leader Joanna Sarah, your topic is What Makes You Smile? Distinguished Toastmasters, fellow youth leaders, respected guests, a warm good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Today, teaching master asked me to talk about what makes me smile. A smile makes everyone beautiful and a smile makes everyone relax. Thank you. Thank you, Youth Leader Joanna Sarah. Please help me welcome our sixth speaker, Youth Leader Arnav Gupta, to the podium. Youth Leader Arnav Gupta, your topic is What makes a person beautiful?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Wait.
Hello.
Wait.
Did you say restart for today? Yes. Stop. Restart. Hello. Am I audible? Yes. So, thank you, Mr. Youth Leader of the Day, and good afternoon to all my respected parents and Toastmasters and distinguished guests and fellow youth leaders. So my topic is, what makes the person beautiful? The dress or her hobbies or the style of her looks? None of this. The thing make person beautiful is her personality, his or her personality. If a person will talk sweetly, he will considered as sweet. If a person will talk with some beautiful, kind, and lovely speeches, he will considered as a beautiful person. A nice and a strong, handsome. The beauty of that person is inside of every person. But if we want to make our beauty visible, we need to prove ourselves with our property. And if we have to prove that we have a beautifulness in ourselves, we need to visible our personality by showing our what we Good evening everyone, my name is Anna. So, Divya, 2 minutes, 1 second, qualified, and Muhammad Puja Al-Quran could not speak, so disqualified. Ishan, 1 minute, 48 seconds, okay, qualified. Jonathan, 1 minute, 19 seconds, qualified. Joanna, 32 seconds, disqualified. Anna, 1 minute, 55 seconds, qualified. Thank you.
4 speakers have been qualified. May I request all the youth leaders to cast their vote for their best table topic speaker. My dear fellow youth leaders, I have enjoyed my role as a table topic master. I would like to congratulate all table topic speakers for the wonderful attempts. Lastly, I would like to thank our YLP coordinator for giving me this assignment and looking forward to having more opportunities in the future. Over to you, Youth Leader of the Day.
Thank you, youth leader and all the speakers for that well-conducted session. Hope you all enjoyed. Let's give them a thunderous round of applause. Now it's time for our second session of table topics. To conduct the session, we have another dynamic leader. Youth leader Vamika Singh is a 8th grader in IAS Japan and she likes drawing. Fellow youth leaders, please put your hands together to welcome youth leader Vamika Singh to conduct our second session of table topics. Over to you, youth leader Vamika.
Thanks for that generous introduction. Mr. Youth Leaders, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a very warm good evening to all of you. I feel elated to be your table topic master. Please be reminded that the time allotted is minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds, after which you will be disqualified. With this, now I invite our first speaker to talk on the selected topic, what is your most memorable summer vacation? Our first speaker is Youth Leader Afra Ashraf. Help me welcome Youth Leader Afra Ashraf to the podium, please.
Thank you, table topics speaker, topics master too. Can you please repeat the?
What is your most memorable summer vacation? Youth Leader Afra Ashraf. Youth Leader Afra Ashraf, what is your most memorable summer vacation?
Dear fellow youth leaders, Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and mentors, a very warm good evening to all of you. The most memorable summer vacation would be my last summer vacation, which was around November. So, because of COVID-19, we couldn't go out because of the pandemic, all the scariness, which I would not like to talk here. And it was a hard time for everyone. And airports were closed, we didn't have a place to go, and we couldn't go outside where we lived. But because the pandemic is soon going to be over, we have vaccines. This last year in November, I went to India. Well, most people would say, what is so interesting about India? Well, outside of it, there are so much beautiful things in India. Their culture, the beautiful places we get to visit, the food that we eat, especially Kerala food and Indian food. Those are all the tasty things. The thing I experienced the most was when I went to India, Kerala, when I went to Wayanad, the most beautiful place I expect, which I have experienced. It was so beautiful and so cultured, which I went with my cousins, family, friends. It felt so good because of all the calmness and everything that I had felt. Now I would say that Wayanad and the places in India, which you all should visit, is the most beautiful places. In short, I would like to say is that the most memorable place I've ever visited would be with last summer vacation, which I went, well, you could say winter, in fine art, and when I went to India. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Afra Ashraf. Our second speaker is Youth Leader Joel Roshan. Help me welcome Youth Leader Joel Roshan to the podium, please. What is your ambition and why? Youth Leader Joel Roshan. Youth Leader Joel Roshan, what is your ambition and why?
My dear topic masters, youth leaders, fellow Toastmasters, and parents, a warm good evening. Good evening. My passion and ambition to be is a doctor, because doctors save life. They are dangers of saving life. They save life even morning and night. They are very confident and speak to everyone. And they experience difficulty from their life, and they also are hard workers. They also work for the patients and the work. They are very supporting and kind-hearted. They are very loving and caring. They like to help others. They also think of our tension and everything, and they also save our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Joel Roshan. Our third speaker is Ryan P. Noshad. Help me welcome Youth Leader Ryan P. Noshad to the podium, please. How do you spend your free time? Youth Leader Ryan P. Noshad. Youth Leader Ryan P. Noshad, how do you spend your free time?
Am I audible?
Yes.
So, how I spend my free time is with my cubes. You know, cubes. Not only in my free times, when I feel I lose my concentration, I have from somewhere I don't know. It improves our concentration. So I try my best to make my speed in the cubes so fast that basically my high score is now 1 minute. This is how I spend my times. With another activities like I make my own designs, not so good, but you know, the thing I love, I make. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Ryan P. Noshad. Our fourth speaker is MD Mohammed Mazen.
He's absent.
Our fourth speaker is Youth Leader Azhar Hanmant. Help me welcome Youth Leader Azhar Hanmant to the podium, please. If you are given $100 million, how will you spend it? Youth Leader Azhar Hanmant. Youth Leader Azhar Hanmant, if you are given $100 million, how will you spend it?
Am I audible?
Good evening to one and all present here. My name is Uttam Bhagre. I study in 12th standard history. If I were given $100 million, I would have used what I would use it for charity purposes. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Atal Hanuman. Our fifth speaker is Youth Leader Raj Hanuman. Help me welcome Youth Leader Raj Hanuman to the podium, please. Do you like traveling? If yes, why? If no, why not? Youth Leader Raj Hanuman. Youth Leader Raj Hanuman, do you like traveling? If yes, why? If no, why not?
Good evening. My name is Raj, and today my topic is whether I like traveling or not. I like traveling from aeroplane because since 2 years I did not go to India in summer vacation, and I did not sit in aeroplane since 2 years because of pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Raj Hanuman. Please give a thunderous round of applause to all the table topic speakers. Can I have the timer report, please?
Yes. Okay. Afra Ashraf. 1 minute 52 seconds. Okay. Jolia. 1 minute 32 seconds. Okay. Ryan B. Nassar. 29 seconds. Disqualified. Arthur. 28 seconds. Disqualified. And Raj. 37 seconds. Disqualified. Thank you.
May I request the youth leaders to cast their vote on their best table topic speakers?
One minute. Fellow youth leaders, we have two rounds. Excuse me, please. We have two rounds of table topics. So first you already casted your own, handed over to the postmaster. Then next section also you need to cook your balance for the speaker. So you have two slips. Now we are distributing the next slip. Okay. For second section, 3 speakers.
मेरा होगा
अरे अभी नहीं जरूरत है, बाद में जरूरत है। पहले पोटी होता है।
speakers for that well-conducted session. Let's please give them a big round of applause. Let us go for the evaluation session. To conduct this session, we have a talented youth leader. He's a 10th grader in IAS Jubail and he likes playing football. Fellow youth leaders, please help me to welcome youth leader Mohammad Farhan Naufal to proceed with the evaluation session.
Second round of tabletop.
Thank you, Mr. Youth Leader, for that wonderful introduction. Fellow youth leaders and distinguished guests, good evening to all. Welcome you all to another exciting session, the evaluation session. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection, said Mark Twain. And evaluation helps you attain continuous improvement. And evaluation speeches help to improve and enhance our understanding of common speech-making practices. Whether you realize it or not, each time you listen to someone speak, you are subconsciously evaluating them based on your own set of values and personal frame of reference. For evaluating the prepared and GT speeches, I have joined a very strong team of seasoned, stylish, and very effective evaluators. My first evaluator is a charismatic Toastmaster with a killing smile, Distinguished Toastmaster Shivada. Distinguished Toastmaster Shivada Singhal is a past area director who has been the backbone of the Royal Leader YLP program, a veteran speaker and winner at division level. Distinguished Toastmaster Shivada is known in the Toastmasters fraternity as an epitome of dedication and hard work. So put your hands to welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Shivada Singhal to the stage to evaluate the first and second speech.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you, youth leader general evaluator, for that amazing introduction. I am going to evaluate two youth leaders, youth leader Mohammad Roshan and youth leader Mohammad Kaur. First, let me evaluate Mohammad Roshan. Roshan, break the ice and I am going to deliver the speech. This is the first sentence you have used actually. It was an amazing start. People were engaged in your speech actually. And you were very confident and the level of your speech was amazing. And you clearly mentioned about your family members, what was your ambitions and what is your next level of ambitions. Everything was crystal clear. Now, fellow youth leaders, you all are more aware about youth leader Mohammad Roshan, right? So this is the beauty of all icebreaker speech. So thank you very much, Mohammad Roshan. Only one recommendation for you that because every speech has some inherent parts are there. If you incorporate some pauses in between, it will be much better speech actually. Even though as a first speaker, it was amazing. We all enjoyed it and the starter was very amazing. Thank you, Mohammad Roshan. We are looking forward to your next speaker. Definitely you will, if you exceed this kind of talents, definitely next 2-3 sections you will become an amazing speaker. Thank you so much, Mohammad Roshan. Thank you. Please keep up the good work and continue. And always I'm redirecting. Please consult with your mentors. Okay? Because we all are ready to support you. Not only for this, I am talking in general. Always engage with your mentors. Thank you and thank you, Mohammad Roshan. Next, youth leader Mohammad Harun. Mohammad Harun, you started with a quote of all asker. That was also an interesting technique because if you start with a quote or questions, our audience will be very much engaged. They were very much curious about what you are going to say. So, youth leader Harun, you are also applying the good techniques of public speaking, and even though we not felt that it was the first speech. So we are very proud of you, youth leader Harun. And the most attractive thing which I noticed is that you use the podium. Because normally you could not see that a first time speaker, the podium usage is a little bit abrupt. But you use the podium and some humor, that is also another part. I have a personal recommendation to your mother saying that we need some kind of Hyderabad biryani. Because you told that your mother is a famous cook for Hyderabad. So because we are remembering all those things because humor always an integral part in every speech. If all the youth leaders, if you can sprinkle some humor. Because I saw that when he started that kind of humor, he started smiling. because smiling was an attractive technique. You can keep your audience very much attractive. And one recommendation for you that if you put some voice modulations, because most of the time I felt your pitch was same actually. So this is for improvement, because all the speakers, not only Muhammad Roshan and Muhammad, all were simply amazed actually. We were very much proud of you, dear kids. Please keep it up the good work, and we are again redirecting. Please consult your mentors, because we are there for your support. So please utilize that platform effectively. I could see you will have an amazing development after the successful completion of YLP. Thank you so much. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, DGM Shivadasankar, for your constructive evaluation. My second evaluator is a powerful person, Distinguished Toastmaster Bidu Sia. Distinguished Toastmaster Bidu is also a part area director and a humorous champion at division level. He had worked at the Indian Air Force and is known for speeches about military adventures among Toastmasters. This past president of Periyar is here to power his passion to motivate us youth leaders. So, with a thunderous round of applause, please help me welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Bidu to the stage to evaluate the third and fourth speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the wonderful introduction. General Evaluator, dear youth leaders, parents and guests, good evening to all. When I talk about the youth leader, Vedanta Kumar Singh, you have wonderfully completed the icebreaker speech. Where are you? Yes, Vedanta Kumar Singh. Hearty congratulations to you. You have done your icebreaker speech wonderfully, and your title was Right Thoughts Will Give the Right Results. And we really wanted to learn from you what you have learned, and what is the right thoughts were changed to give you better results. That was you initially you were very much weak in talking in English, and how you could improve that. You have narrated well, and your narrating skill was very good, and used the podium very much, and you covered all the area, and you were very confident in speaking. And especially I know that you were talking and by seeing the eyes of all youth leaders. And congratulations, it's very tough for a beginner. It's very tough. Because you are confident, that's why you are talking to everyone. And congratulations, very confident in speaking, and you explained the hobbies, and we were allowed to listen to you, and how you overcome the fear, that you explained very well. Okay. And there was no hand note you are used. That's as an icebreaker speech. It's a wonderful thing. And in the conclusion part, you told that you given a message that learn from the mistakes, try to become a better person. So that was the message you have given to all the audience. That's a wonderful thing. As a speaker, you have given a message to carry. And there is only two recommendations. That is, I felt there is a lack of practice somewhere. As already DTM Shivadasankar has already told you, if there is a mentor assigned to you, if you could approach them, definitely they will help you. Or if the mentor is busy for some job or some personal reasons, you can contact the YLP coordinator so that somebody else will step in and will support you. So always try to contact the mentor for the practice of each assignment. And secondly, when we speak louder. That makes the confidence on you, and also the audience who listen to will get more confidence, and they will move to your speech. That is the recommendations part. Overall, that is the recommendation for future speech. As an icebreaker point of view, you met out all the objectives. Congratulations. You will wear the Kumar Singh. You will have to listen more speech from you. And youth leader Mirsha Irshad. The international speech, is soccer talent genetic? So, youth leaders, is soccer talent is genetic? What do you say? Yes. This is the bunch who can make us a speaker. That means to those who are listen, the soccer talent can be a genetic. So, congratulations, youth leader Missa, for giving this wonderful speech. And the audience, youth leaders, they are memorizing that this talent is purely genetic. And the opening of the speech was, as a speaker, we should always try to open the speech either catchy question or catchy quotes or some. That is the first thing which is connecting to the audience. For you, you started that what you love most in life. That is question to you. That is a better way to connect the audience. And he started that. I love most in life, that is football. So we came to know that what he's going to talk about. And there's a good strength on the speaker. He's very good in humor. And congratulations to the Messiah staff. Very serious humor. That is a big quality. Try to polish it and use everywhere. In at home, when you your dad started helping your mom, and you asked, then after some time you make a post that he is a karate master. So that was a simple humor, and everybody was laughing at it. And then online classes about it, and finally you talk about, I was dreaming, it is a messy, but it was not messy, it was my mother. So this type of simple humor, but it was really going into our mind, and it was memorable for everyone because humor is having that strength that you are having. Polish it, use it very well, and you concluded that. I thought it's a kick from Messi, but it was mother. So this was a very good, interesting conclusion. And your strength, I already told you, smooth transition was in the speech. That was a good, and excellence in converting a small topic into a speech. This is the way how we can create a speech. It's a simple topic and convert it into a international speech. So like that, everyone should try. And also, I had only 2 recommendations. That is, I sometimes feel that this monotonous in the speech way of presentation, that you have to have the vocal variety. There was a humor in this one, in the speech, so you can have very well change the vocal variety so that will be more interesting for the audience to listen about you. And finally, the gestures. Always I was feeling you were talking on one way, so you can have some hand actions, gestures. The body also speaks what you wanted to convey. That is the way we develop. So with this note, thank you so much, and congratulations to you, leader. Keshav, back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Vijayendra, for a wonderful evaluation. My third evaluator is a cool customer, Toastmaster Manoj Kumar. Toastmaster Manoj is the immediate past VP Education of Periyar Toastmaster Club. An excellent marketing professional who is generally calm, is often seen to transform into a roaring lion when on stage. He has represented Periyar at various stages in area and division and is widely acclaimed for his team spirit. So with a clamorous round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Manoj to the stage to evaluate the 5th and 6th stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that amazing introduction. Today I have 2 speakers to be evaluated. One is Youth Leader Karthik, yes, and Youth Leader Pragati Pillai. First of all, let me evaluate the speech of Youth Leader Karthik Suresh. Youth Leader Karthik, I was actually amazed to see the way every speaker out here today has presented, because I was kind of trying to remember my icebreaker speech and the level of confidence I had when I was standing here for the first time. Hats off to all those speakers, and Youth Leader Karthik, as I said, you were really confident when you right away stepped onto the podium. Please do keep up that confidence. You in the body of the speech, you were trying to sprinkle some humor that usually we don't see in an icebreaker speech. Given that you were presenting an icebreaker speech, you did an amazing job, because you have a very good language to capitalize on. You have a very good communication skill. Your confidence and a bit of humor sprinkled in the speech added on to the whole subject. Yeah. You spoke about your hobbies, your favorite sports, your favorite food. So all put together, I believe we as an audience have come to know more about who Karthik Suresh as a person is. However, as we always say that there is a scope for improvement in every speech, especially in Toastmasters at whatever level you reach. In line with that, youth leader Karthik, I have very small recommendation for you so that you get on to the next level and improve your speech presentations. The first one which I felt is that you could have had a bit of voice modulation, the vocal variety which you might have heard DTM Anit's presentation. You have the body language and vocal variety, something which are interlinked and both speak for each other. So that is one part which you can bring on, especially when there are emotions coming, there are some feelings to be presented. Voice modulations play a very important role. In the conclusion part, the conclusion part could have been made more, designed in such a way that you could have given a takeaway message to the listeners. And of course, as we say for every icebreaker speech, going to the mentors, really go behind them. If you think you have to trouble them, please feel free to trouble them, at least when you're in a YLP program. Yeah? That will definitely reflect in your future speeches. All the best for all your speeches, all your assignments in the coming future. Coming to youth leader Pragati, you started off pretty confidently, let me tell you. Okay, you covered the stage. You tried covering the stage with how much ever you spoke. Excellent work, let me tell you. You spoke about your ambition of joining the National Defence Academy. Let me tell you, the most important criteria in a candidate when they go to the NDA is that not to exhibit any kind of backstep, not to accept any backouts. Okay, come whatever may. You face the situation and move ahead, and you have rightly displayed it in today's speech. Although you stopped it, you have proved that you have it within you. Okay, please do keep up that. And as I said, when you look at the recommendations part, of course, there is a preparation that has to be done. The most important thing when it comes to a speech presentation, let me put it in general, is that please don't memorize your speech. When you are writing your speech, try to understand the content, the concept that is there in the speech, understand it, because you are writing the speech, you know what the concept is, and then feel free, come here, be it yourself, and speak your heart out. I'm pretty sure every speaker, every youth leader who is here, they can present much better speeches if they have the concept within them. Overall, I think, Pragati, you are a very good speaker. You have it within you. Please practice more. Go to your mentors, okay? And I'm sure you're going to do it better in the very next go. Thank you, and over to you, General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj Kumar Angal, for your effective evaluation. My fourth evaluator is a respected personality, Toastmaster Anit Kumar. DTM Anit Kumar is a past president of Periyar Toastmaster Club. He is known to put his Midas touch in whatever roles and responsibilities he had undertaken. A prominent member of Periyar and a team player who is here to raise his wings of fire to inspire us youth leaders. So put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Anit Angal to the stage to evaluate the 7th and 8th speech.
Thank you, Youth Leader Farhan, for that wonderful introduction. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, youth leaders, and dear friends, a very warm good afternoon or good evening to you all. Today I am here to evaluate the 7th speaker, Siddharth, Youth Leader Siddharth, where he is, and Youth Leader Faraz. Right, both of them are together, that's good. So, let me evaluate the speech of Youth Leader Siddharth first. Do not limit yourself. Youth leader Siddharth, you are very, very confident. That was reflected on the way that you have presented, and you had a very strong introduction, which is the most important thing to attract the audience. So we all were, grasped into your speech, and we loved the way that you have presented. You started beautifully by explaining about the meaning of your name and how you have, come into this world. It was explained beautifully, and then you explained about your hobbies and what all you have done. You also told about the places that you have visited and why you like tigers and lions. Right? Do you all remember why we like tigers and lions? Because they dare to be different, right? So these all points were connecting to all the audience, and that was well done. As I mentioned, you are a confident young man. You have a very good voice modulation. You have very good diction. Your body language is good. You had excellent eye contact. So you have covered almost all the basics of having an excellent speech, and that is why I am going to put yourself as not an icebreaker. I'm not going to consider this as an icebreaker speech, because as an icebreaker, I don't have any particular evaluations to give you. You have, hit the right point, and you have done it pretty well. Congrats, and give him a round of applause. So definitely you can consider it. But I will consider your speech as an international speech, and for you to improve, to make it to the next level, I will give you a few tips. And one is, try to input sprinkle some little bit humor here and there, because that will definitely enhance your speech. And another point which I would like to tell you is, your conclusion was very good. You said that do not limit yourself, sky is the limit. And you explained a lot of points. But the thing is, when you concluded it, the one thing that was missing was, there was a lack of connectivity to what all things that you have mentioned. Because if you have mentioned about something that you had faced, and if you have overcome it, and you managed to reach the sky, and you managed to unleash yourself rather than limiting yourself. So that particular way, if it was included in your, this is not related to the icebreaker point. Icebreaker point of view, as I said, you have achieved all the necessary things. But to make it a better speech, if you have mentioned one or two things that could connect to this conclusion, that conclusion would have been more powerful. It was powerful, but we need to make it better. So congrats. Well done. It was a great speech, and I really like the way your diction and your way of presenting. I really liked it. Thank you very much. Now moving towards to youth leader Farhan Shafi. I'm happy to leave, right? What was your topic? Am I happy to help? Right. You had a very good opening. You are very confident. You have told about what all things that you have been doing in your life. You told about your father, how your father is inspiring you. You told about your mother, how she is working, and the environment overall. You told about the friendship with your sister. So all those things were explained in a very confident way. And it was from within. We could feel that you are speaking from your heart. And that is the most important thing. As Toastmaster Manoj have just explained to you, that you need not by heart or you need not memorize what you have to tell here. If it is about you, if it is coming from your heart, no matter how difficult it is, you can, even if you get stuck at between, it will automatically come out because it is about you. So that part you have done very well. Now, with related, I also will give brownie points for you regarding that idli and sambar, and that was well explained. It was a little bit of humor you could sprinkle during that. So that part also, the digestive part, I liked it very much. Well done. Now, we are here for improvement. And to improve upon yourself, the particular thing which I would say to you is, your speech, it was fully, you are walking towards that point, you are coming towards this point. Again, you are walking towards that point and coming towards this point. So, don't be, don't rush yourself. Be cool. Stay at one point, tell what you want to tell to the audience, then move to the next point, and then you can continue. You need not always walk. It is good to utilize the stage, but you need not, always go there and come there, walk here and there, and then simply narrate your speech. Rather than that, try to stay at one point and then deliver, then move to the next point and deliver what you want to say. So that is one thing. Secondly, I would like to recommend you to go to your mentor, practice your speech, get his feedback, and then present over here. because that will enhance your speech. You already have the skill with you, you have to nurture it. So these are the two humble recommendations. Otherwise, I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. You were having, as I said, you are very confident and you are speaking from your heart. That is the best thing about any speaker. So continue doing that, and with the little bit of recommendations that I mentioned, specifically going to the mentor part and rehearsing yourself, that will definitely help you. That's all. Back to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, DKM Anit Kumar, for your excellent evaluation. My fifth evaluator today is the obedient Toastmaster Sushil Gupta. Toastmaster Sushil Gupta is a down-to-earth person who is one of the latest entrants into the Periyar family. This dedicated Toastmaster firmly believes that continuous improvement is the key to success. He is here to refresh and rejuvenate us youth leaders to unleash our hidden potential. So with a thunderous round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Sushil Gupta to the stage to evaluate the 9th and 10th speech.
Thank you. Very good afternoon to my fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and very dynamic and youth leaders. Today I am here to evaluate the speech of very dynamic youth leader Periyar YLP. It is very well said that if you speak from your mind, it could be remembered. But if you speak from your heart, it will change somebody's life. And in the case of Periyar, she selected a topic, speaking from my soul. And I will evaluate her speech in 3 parts. First, about the selection of topic. Second, connecting with the audience. And third, the key message delivered. And of course, the connection between the selection of topic and the key message. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Periyar for the way she delivered her icebreaker speech in very brilliant manner. She was really telling the words from her heart, as could be very well seen from her key message. She started with a question to connect with the audience, and this is the real beautiful part of her speech. She would like the engagement and continuous connection with the audience. Then, in the body, it was beautifully structured. If you heard the workshop of DKM Amit, the few points he has mentioned, and she has applied many of those points in the speech. So the key message was very well related. When she was telling about her place Kerala, she was speaking from her heart. It was from her soul. So the topic and the key message was very well connected. The command over the language was very well. It was her first speech, icebreaker. So definitely we expect there are certain points to improvement. And there are 2-3 points for improvement, but I would suggest the same thing which my colleagues, DKM Sivdas and DKM Amit and DKM Giju told to other contestants, other youth leaders. Same thing I would like to repeat. Practice, because this is your first speech. So you need to practice the same things, same points which was told in the first workshop of today. So this is all about my evaluation, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushil Gupta, for your refreshing evaluation. Now let us move to our table topic evaluation. Today, table topic session was divided into 2. To evaluate the first session, I have with me the gorgeous distinguished Toastmaster N.R. Rajan. Distinguished Toastmaster N.R. Rajan is a past area director who is known for her free flow of words which keeps the listeners spellbound. She has represented Periyar and division level on multiple occasions and have won accolades for international speech and evaluation. This champion evaluator is here to win the imagination of us youth leaders. So with a clamorous round of applause, please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster and Aladdin to evaluate the favorite public speakers for the first session.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, dear youth leaders. Why there's no energy? Are you all hungry? Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so my role today is to evaluate you table topic speakers today. Table topic is really difficult because I totally agree. I'm sure that you all might have felt butterflies in your stomach and your heart was pounding, isn't it? Yeah? But then it's very natural and very common. So let's give a big round of applause to all the Star Wars who took part today. The first and the foremost, most important thing is to take part in table topic contest. Yeah? So you all are champions. So let me start off with my evaluation. First youth leader was Divya Sridhar. Her topic was one thing to change about the world. She started off very well with a beautiful quote. She gave the importance of patience. In her body of the speech, she also spoke about personal experience and also gave example of a very famous fighter, Bruce Lee. Very good confidence, good stage presence, good communication skills, and concluded off with the essence of practice, and that was really good. One small recommendation which I would like to give as something very important, that the topic was something to change about the world. And I felt that the emphasis about changing the world was a little less. So next time maybe don't get carried away, let's focus on the main topic. Moving on to the next speaker, youth leader Fayaz Naufal. I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. The topic was your favorite sport and why. Started off with very good introduction. He named that football is his favorite sport, Messi is his favorite player. He gave reason why, but did not give conclusion. You know, starting off very well, you had this really good confidence inside you. So I'm sure that over the next meetings, I'm sure that you will take part and conclude your speech. So that is the only recommendation which I want to give you. Conclude your speech and try not to keep your hands in your pocket. Moving on to the next speaker, youth leader Ishan Malik. Topic was which place you like to visit and why. He gave a very good introduction, said that he liked to visit Japan. He had a very constructive structure of speech. He gave the reasons why he likes Japan. The look, the technology, the architecture, people, everything he gave. Very good clarity of word, good time management, concluded off very well by encouraging everybody that you have to go visit Japan. So the only recommendation which I want to give you is that you can modulate your voice a little more. Okay, focus on your voice modulation. Speaker number 4 was youth leader Jonathan. Topic was what are you grateful for? The introduction was very well, he greeted off very well, and he gave the best answer, isn't it? He said that his great position in life is his parents, and he gave his own life example. It was very emotional for me as a mother, and I'm sure he touched the chord of everybody sitting over here. And he concluded off very well, and so for sure you're a proud son. And the recommendation for you is that you can move and use the stage. You were just standing still and talking, so it will be much better if you move onto the stage and don't clasp your hand. You're holding your hand together. Let's not do that. Next speaker was youth leader Joanna Sarah. Topic was what makes you smile. And Joanna Sarah said that she started off very well by greeting and gave a beautiful quote. Said that a smile makes everyone beautiful. And you also gave a reason why. So only recommendation is that complete your speech. Okay, just conclude and just finish it up. Okay, so just don't stop in between. Very good. Moving on to the last speaker, speaker number 6, youth leader Arnav Gupta. Topic was what makes a person beautiful. So, youth leader Arnav Gupta, you started off very well. You had this powerful introduction. I love the way how you were speaking. It was very magical, very poetic, very good voice modulation. Confidence was just overflowing like a professional speaker. And you made all your points very clear. The only recommendation which I want to give you is that you have to keep a very good eye contact. Look at everyone. You're just looking this side only. So make sure that you look at everybody, talk to everyone, and when you're concluding, give a very powerful impact because you are a powerful speaker. So that was about all the youth leaders whom I evaluated today. A small tip for all the speakers, be it your table topic or be it your prepared speech. You all like burgers, isn't it? Do you all like eating burger? Yes. So remember, whatever you're doing in your speech, be it TT or the other
speech, you have to remember a burger. The top bun is your introduction, the patty inside is your body, the underneath bun is your conclusion. So to eat a burger, you need all these three layers, isn't it? So what you fill into it, the ketchup or the mayonnaise will be like the humor or personal experience. But remember these three things, the top bun, patty, and the conclusion bun, okay? So keep this in mind. All the best to each and every single one over here. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster NRLM, for your marvelous evaluation. To evaluate the second session of table topics, I have with me the stupendous Toastmaster Sabo Cletus. Toastmaster Sabo Cletus is the immediate past president of Periyar, who can be called as the single largest team of Toastmasters. Do you know why? Because he is the only Toastmaster in Periyar Toastmaster Club who have taken all the office bearer positions from sergeant arms to the president and have done every role with utmost sincerity and dedication. And he is here to help us youth leaders to mold us to create our destinies. Please put your hands together to welcome this enigmatic Toastmaster Sabo Cletus to
Thank you, General Manager, for that beautiful words. Hello, Toastmasters, youth leaders, parents, good evening. First of all, let me congratulate youth leader Mamiga. His name is correct? Right now, for bringing such a beautiful topics for a teaching session. Please give a thunderous round of applause. The first TT speaker, Afra Ashraf. There is all. You started with a confidence. I like your confidence. Because your speech, the flow of speech shows that you are more confident about the subject. Your narration about the subject, beautifully you narrated. I felt that I am in Wayanad and I am visiting the place. So that was so beautiful. I like it. Please give a thunderous round of applause. And the one point is that this is a table topic, so we don't have time to think about. Once the TT master is giving the topic, listen carefully. Then think about one or 2 seconds. Then start to speak about that subject. And conclusion also, just make it good. Okay? Better. Anyway, it was fantastic. I liked it very much. So moving to the second TT speaker, Jewel Roshan. Jewel Roshan, you spoke well. You have a confidence. But while you started very, very nicely and you spoke about the topic, but in between there was some disturbance happened. I don't know what happened. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you can speak. 2 minutes on the stage. 2 minutes you can speak. Whatever you like. That is the speciality of this table topic. Okay, you can speak it. Okay, anyway, next time, use full time and speak about the subject. If you have any doubt about the subject, speak what you like. Okay? Next time. Okay? Remember. Will you do? Yes? Yeah, good. Then moving to the next table topic speaker. Ryan. Where is he? Ryan, you have a confidence. I think you spoke only little, means 3 or 4 sentences. I think so, right? I think the reason is that you are not properly listened the topic, right? What was the topic given?
What do you do in your free time?
How you will spend the free time. So it is easy, no? What you are doing at home, just say here. We want to know. We want to hear. We are like to hear. Okay? So next time, don't forget that. Next time, if you have doubt, if it is a difficult subject, doesn't matter. I don't care. I will speak 2 minutes on the stage. Okay? This is my advice. Okay, next time. Will you do it? Yes. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Now moving to the next speaker, other. Is it correct? Other?
No, sir, it's Atharva.
Atharva.
No, sir, it's third, not the.
Atharva. Okay, thank you very much. So you also, the same thing happened. I think maybe stage fear. I felt some, doesn't matter. Don't think about anything. Nobody is here to kill you. This is your world. You have 100% freedom. Whatever you can say here. This is a free platform. There is no need for the fear and tension. We all are the same. We all are the same. We have also did a lot of blunders on the stage. Then we reach here. Okay. So next time, practice and also at home just to get some topics and practice. I am sure next time you will make a miracle here. Okay? Are you ready to take the risk? Do hard work. In the beginning I told no, hard work and togetherness. We are there. We will help you. Whatever you want, you can call. There is just one call. Our help will be there. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. Then next moving to the rats. Yeah, there's a brothers, no? Yeah. So there's the same advice. This is not a evaluation. This is just advice. See, once our youth leader program will finish, that day we need to see your change. Will you? Okay? Take this. I saw in your face there is a confidence. Your face, we can see the confidence. I can read your face, your confidence on your face. But there is something missing. Doesn't matter. You can speak anything like. Whatever you like, you can speak. There is nobody will disturb you. Nobody will catch on your neck. Nothing will happen. This is your world. You can talk anything here. Okay? Next time. Okay? Next time I will be your evaluator. So that time I want to say, see, the change which happened in Dad's appearance, his style of speech. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Ready.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. So these are the DT speakers, all done very well. And I want to say one thing to all. This is not for a particular person. DT speech, the main is stand on your foot and think about the subject. You can say whatever you like. Only the freedom. This freedom you will get only in DT session. Okay? Okay? This for all. Are you ready? Yes. Next time, this is the first time. Next time, don't stand here without speaking. Okay? If it is related to subject or any other subject, you have to utilize 2 minutes on this stage. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
That is the confidence. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Sagopeter, for outstanding evaluation. May I get timers for please?
This time is not.
This is the year Toastmasters given only for time.
Since all the evaluators are Toastmasters, there is no voting for evaluation today, hence the vote count retained that. Now let me invite Wordmaster and Grammarian to come to the lectern to give his report, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator, YLP Coordinator Manoj Uncle, Periyar President Harish Uncle, fellow youth leaders, respected Toastmasters, guests, very present, good evening once again. I am so ecstatic to present my Word Master report. Today's word of the day, ecstatic, was used by youth leaders and Toastmasters. Youth leader Aaron, youth leader Leah used the word of the day once. Toastmaster Shivdas, DTM Shivdas Uncle also used the word once. There were many good usages. Some that I liked are, our life is shaped by our mind. Dare to be different. I might have missed some, but these are the 2 that I noted. Some not so good usages and grammatical mistakes I found are when we refer to a country all around Saudi Arabia, instead of saying all around the Saudi Arabia, the is not required. All around Saudi Arabia. Mispronunciations were calculation and angel. I really recommend using the word of the day aesthetic in your conversations. Over to you, generally valued.
Thank you, Youth Leader Jocelyn Shaver, for your detailed report. May I request our art founder to give his report, please.
Good evening, one all present here. Today my report as our founder, starting with the icebreakers. Mohammed Roshan, no use of verbal touches, unnecessary words, but one brief pause in the beginning. Next, Mohammed Harun, no use of verbal crutches or unnecessary words, but two brief pauses in the speech. Next, Vedant Kumar, no verbal crutches, no repetitions and no pauses. Mirza Ishad, no verbal crutches, no unnecessary words, no pauses. Next, Karthik Suresh, with only a few pauses in his speech. Icebreaker speech by Youth Leader Pragati. There were some repetitions and pause in the speech. Next, Youth Leader Siddharth, no verbal crutches, no repetitions and no pauses. Next, Youth Leader Faraz Shafi, two verbal crutches used and a few repetitions in the speech. Next, Fazeen Shafi, two repetitions and a few verbal crutches. Moving on to the table topics, Youth Leader Divya Sridhar, no use of verbal crutches, no repetitions and no pauses. Next, Youth Leader Muhammad Faiz Nawfal, no verbal crutches, no repetitions and no pauses. Ishan Malik, only a few pauses in the table topic. Youth Leader Jonathan, only some pauses, no repetitions and no ahs and ums. Youth Leader Joanna, only one brief pause in the speech. Youth Leader Aruna Gupta, only two verbal crutches used and a brief pause. Youth Leader Afra Ashraf, no crutches, no fillers and no pauses. Youth Leader Jewel, some pauses, no fillers, no crutches. Youth Leader Rayan Naushad, one filler used, zero crutches, zero pauses. And Youth Leader Atharva Hanuman, one pause, no fillers, no crutches. And Youth Leader Raj Hanuman, three pauses, no crutches, no fillers used. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Leader Aditya, for your detailed report. My dear friends, let us give a big round of applause to all these evaluators. Now it's my turn to evaluate the overall proceeding of the meeting. Appreciable points are: the meeting hall was well arranged, the theme and word of the day displayed well, the workshop was very informative and inspiring. All youth leaders came prepared and did justice to the role. Few recommendations are: meeting started a bit late, which could have been avoided. I hope all of you will follow the recommendation given by DTM Harishankar at the start of the meeting. Few assignees were changed in the last minute, which could have avoided. Other than this was a wonderful and informative meeting. I enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you, Mr. Vice President, for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, Youth Leader of the Day.
Thank you, Youth Leader Farhan. Thank you, Youth Leader Farhan Naufal and all the evaluators. Thank you, Youth Leader Farhan Naufal and all the evaluators for their effectively conducted session. Let us give them a big round of applause. Now it's time to declare the winners. May I invite YLP President, Youth Leader Divya Sridhar to the podium, please. May I request vote counter Youth Leader Ritika to come to the lectern and announce the winner.
President also.
May I invite Youth YLP Coordinator, Toastmaster Sabu Cletus.
Good evening, everyone. Best Speaker Award, Youth Leader Mirza Irshad.
Manoj, photo please.
Next is Youth Leader Karthik Suresh.
Stand.
Youth Leader Siddharth Manoj.
Group photo please.
Best TT Speaker Award, Session 1, Youth Leader Divya Sridhar. Youth Leader Arnav Gupta. Youth Leader Cephas Jonathan. Best TT Speaker Award Session 2, Youth Leader Afra Arshad. Youth Leader Jewel Roshan.
enjoyed being a youth leader of the day and hope you all had an enjoyable session. I would express my sincere gratitude to our club president DTM Harish Bhargavan, YLP chief coordinator DTM Manoj Nair, and assistant coordinator Toastmaster Sabu Cletus for giving me this wonderful learning opportunity. Fellow youth leaders, please keep today's theme always with you. Your thoughts become your future. So always think positively. Believe in yourself. Everything you need is already within you. And get started. Thank you, and over to you, YLP President, Youth Leader Periyar.
Thank you very much, Youth Leader Leah and Titus. Dear leaders, wasn't that a very enlightening session conducted by Youth Leader Leah?
Yes.
Yes, it definitely was. So please give a big round of applause for Youth Leader Leah. Dear leaders, it was a very informative session and a fun meeting as well to hear all your first icebreaker speeches and table topic speeches as well. And remember that you have made that your first step towards being a better communicator and a budding leader. I request you to keep learning and keep moving forward to see yourself as renowned speakers. And I'm sure that all of you will feel the transformation, but you yourself being now and after this program. Now to inform us about our roles for our next meeting, please help me welcome our Vice President Education of Periyar YLP, Youth Leader Mirza Aisha.
Thank you, President, for the invitation to announce the next week's roles. We could not believe that the 2 meetings had finished very fast. I think only 6 more are left. Our next meeting will be on 27th of May. I'm really thrilled to tell that I will be the YLOD for the next meeting. My team of assignees for the next meeting will be our Wordmaster and Grammarian will be Youth Leader Karthik Suresh. Timer will be Youth Leader Leah Ann. Our counter will be Youth Leader Mohammed Roshan. Our TT Master will be Youth Leader Janardhan Rao. And our General Evaluator will be Youth Leader Arif Sheikh. There are 10 icebreaker speakers. Youth Leader Mamika Singh, Youth Leader Mohammed Farhan, Youth Leader Ritika Manikandan, Youth Leader Aaron Emmanuel, Youth Leader Joanna Sarah, Youth Leader Arnav Gupta, Youth Leader Arna Gupta, Youth Leader Ishan Naushad, and Youth Leader Ryan Naushad, Youth Leader Jewel Roshan. Speech evaluators will be Youth Leader Muhammad Harun, Youth Leader Vedant Kumar, Youth Leader Behzad Ahmed, Youth Leader Faraz Shafi, Youth Leader Farzeen Shafi, Youth Leader Chaitanya Shri, Youth Leader Jocelyn Xavier, Youth Leader Afraz Ashraf, Youth Leader Muhammad Mazin, Youth Leader Divya Sridhar. TD speakers will be Youth Leader Muhammad Roshan, Youth Leader Muhammad Harun, Youth Leader Pragati Pillai, Youth Leader Siddharth Manoj, and Youth Leader Aisha Fatima. TT evaluators is Muhammad Faiz. Hope the above are correct. If any doubts or concerns, you can ask me. Is there anything? No. Okay. Thank you. Let us confirm. These are our assignees for the next meeting. Let me request all of you to practice well so we can perform very well in the next meeting. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Leader Mirza Aisha, and I hope all of you have taken note of your roles, and I request all of you to start preparing for your roles and consult your mentors so that we can have a wonderful session just like today. As I said earlier, let us all remember that we must not forget everything and run, but face everything and rise. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and over to our club president, Toastmaster Harish Bhargavan sir.
Thank you, Divya. Let me ask you what is the capital of Mauritania? How was the meeting today? Was there a moment of boredom? We started at exactly on time because as per agenda we were supposed to start at 3:05. I think we started right on time. And we are slightly ahead. That is characteristic of Periyar. We will schedule things and usually a few minutes early we will conclude. And that's what we have reached today. And we have about 15 more minutes, and by that time only the dinner will be ready. To engage us till that time, I have a request. How many parents here who are not Toastmasters, please, can I see a show of hands? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Of these parents, those who haven't come to the podium last time, I request 3 volunteers to come on stage. Please come on stage. 3 parents, please come on stage. Who will come? Right. Yes. One more. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Right. So please let us know in 1 minute time. Please tell us what you have seen and what you have felt.
A very good evening to all of you. Let me introduce myself as the mother of today's YLP and Titus. Actually, I am very proud. It's a proud feeling for me. My daughter standing here and leading the meeting, and it's a very pride moment for me. And all the, I congratulate all the speakers. They spoke very well, and again I have. I wish if I were you, I could attend this meeting and I can improve my leadership and my kids are very much blessed and lucky. They got very good mentors and they evaluated you all very well, and you all performed very well, and it's a great platform for all the students. My humble request is to use this opportunity very well and be a good leader and be a good speaker after this session. Thank you. And
good evening, everyone. It was a very nice meeting today. All very good, talented youth leaders we have. All spoke very well. I just have one recommendation. To maintain silence during speeches, and one more recommendation for the PT master: give the topic after the speaker comes on stage. Okay, sometimes speakers were still getting ready and the topic was given. And for myself, I was not ready to speak here, but my wife told I should speak, so I have to come. Okay, and have more humor in your speech; it will be better. Okay, thanks for allowing me to speak.
Ma'am, if you come on stage, you have to. Please. Whatever, no issues.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you all?
Fine.
Okay. So, all of you done very well. Okay. Then, next time do more hard work, okay? Okay.
Our weekly membership, DTM Shivadas, please come on stage. Yes.
Dear parents, first of all, don't feel that it's a network marketing, because we did not get any benefit if we are in the club or something like that. Maybe someone will feel that why this Shivadas is always coming to join Toastmasters. One thing I can suggest to you, because I joined this platform in 2013, even I could not speak, utter a word in my table topics. Now I am telling that I am something great or something like that, but still these passions, I am a member of 3 club, something like that, means it's a passion. This stage developed us a lot and we got improved and we got lot of confidence, and now we are transforming to our kids. Now you feel, how you feel? More. And all the youth leaders are feeling more, right? You are not like previous meeting, right? You will improve, and some of our parents also visited our home. Now our home itself is a Toastmaster forum. We 5 people are nearby adjacent plan. So you can understand. That is why we are opening these platforms to the parents as well. Don't feel that it's a network marketing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Manoj, yes, photo.
So I feel These are the future Toastmasters.
You're all always welcome because we need people. Our club doesn't have the bare minimum membership. We are still managing to conduct these kind of programs with the participation of a very few number of people who are active in our club. So we wholeheartedly welcome you all. And we still have some more minutes and I have something in hand to engage you. Dear youth leaders as well as parents, one question to you. Imagine youth leaders, your favorite teacher comes to the class and asks you, what is the best gift you can give me? What answer would you give?
To make them proud.
Yeah, how will you make them proud? By getting good marks, okay? This is the same thing I told my teacher when I was in 8th grade. Alright, I think all the parents as well would have been told at our generation that you study well, score good marks, then that's all there is your life. Didn't we all try to live up to that kind of expectation that was given to us? Question to parents. Did we believe when we were students that if we study and score good marks, that's all that's required in this world? We didn't? Then what was there? What did we learn? What was the thing that we were told by our parents and teachers? Did we ask them? Did they ask us to study well all the time? In my case, all that my parents and teachers they had to ask me all the time was study well, get good marks. If you get good mark, that's all that is needed. And there was no alternative given by anybody. But after having studied, now we will go back to our colleges for reunions. And we will see that our classmates, they have reached different positions. Who are the people who have reached the extremely high pinnacles of success in life? Are they the students who are the most studious? Absolutely no. I am not here to tell you students not to study or not to get good marks. Getting good marks will definitely help you. It is going to help you get a good start in life. If you score well, if you crack exams, there will be people who will hire you at a good enough salary with which you can maintain a good lifestyle. But thereafter the game is different. Once you have gotten into a job, once you have started with an endeavor, what it is going to determine whether you grow fast, grow far in that field. It is never going to be marks. Marks will get us to the first starting point. Thereafter, what will determine people's success? Is there any answer?
Confidence, leadership, and communication.
Yes, what you said, they're all right. But there is a central unifying concept that brings together all these kind of disparate things that we said or may not be disparate. They are related. But what is the central core that unites it all? It is the ability to understand one's own emotions as well as that of others and then behave accordingly. That's called emotional intelligence. Alright? How has it been? Because you don't have to believe me when I come on stage and tell you that it is emotional intelligence. Feel emboldened to question me. How do I know that? What is the proof behind? Do you have that question? Do you have that question in your mind? Do you have that question in your mind? To the youth leaders, do you have that question in your mind? You don't have that question in your mind means you are willing to believe whatever somebody tells you. Is it the right thing to do? No. So do you have that question in mind?
Yes.
I want that kind of response from you. You should be questioning. You need to be curious. You need to see for yourself whether somebody, whatever someone says, whether it is right or wrong. So what did I tell you? What did I tell you is the secret of someone's success? What is that? Okay, then what is the confusion? I told you it is so, I didn't tell you it is why. That is the issue, isn't it? How has it been found is, there are people, they are called HR professionals or recruiters. What these people do is, if they want to find a person for a critical role in an organization, they will find out the characteristics and competence of people who have performed successfully in that role before. Then they will find people who have not performed successfully. Not one person, many. They will find out a few people who have done very well, find out their characteristics, find out the common patterns, and they will find out people who haven't done well, find out what they have different, in what ways they are different from the high performers. And in this kind of studies, what has come out very clearly is that it is not marks these people score in their exams. It is not IQ or the intelligence quotient. It is not the knowledge level that these people have. Instead, it is how well they can connect, understand, behave with people, how well they can get along with people. That is how well they could understand their own feelings or their own emotions as well as that of others and behave accordingly. That is the importance of emotional intelligence, and that was established experimentally this way. Alright? So this is the beginning of our discussion. In the next few meetings, when our time permits, I will give you some tips that comes from this field of study. Alright?
Yes.
We have 5 more minutes. And we will make use of that time. Officially, our meeting is adjourned, but we will have a group photo as we did, but this time we will do it in a very orderly manner. Let me ask DTM Shivadas and Shibu Sabu, please come on stage. Let us keep these two sofas straight. We will make it very orderly so that people can come, sit, and then we will click the group photo instead of having confusion and all. Alright? Okay. Right. I request all the parents, please come and occupy these seats. Parents, please come and sit here.
Parents, please come.
Parents, please come. We are going. Right. Okay. I request the first 2 rows of youth leaders, please come and stand behind. Okay. I request the next 2 rows of youth leaders to please come and perhaps Ken sitting there. No, stand on the side. Right. Okay, come. Make yourself visible, okay? You can form another row in back, but stand according to your height so that all of you will be visible. I think that's enough, okay? The rest of the youth leaders, please stand bottom at the floor. Form a row in front. Okay, stand. Sit, okay. So, are the parents visible in that case? Okay.
Please sit.
Okay, sit on the stage. Okay, yes. In the top. Okay. So let us have a group photo. After that, we will go for dinner. My photo is over. Please. Come.
Motion order visible. Can say cheese.
Cheese.
One more. Can you give you a thumbs up? Okay. Motion, you got the motion? Yes, it is publishing the news purpose, okay? Okay, smile please. One more. Okay, done. Let us go for dinner.